Be sure to send your music and beats over to ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com.
Oh, hey there, you hosers. There's Arsenal the Beat Chef there up there in Canada, eh? When I'm riding on Mooseback, I like to listen to that Dorky Review Show. Dork Squad, eh?
I said, tell me, do they come in black? I could kill these white joints, but check for me. Respectfully, I said, tell me, do they come in black? Black, black. Tell me, do they come in black? I said, tell me, do they come in black? I mean, these fit real good, but please tell me, do they come in black? I mean, tell me, do they come in black? Okay, I like black Timbs and black hoodies. We righteous, but do some bad to stack the goodies. I'm proud of me, cause I'm loose, I know what it could be. Won't tell you how long it takes, till it's how long it took me. Far from a rookie, I'm seasoned, they tried to cook me. Half big making movies, they tried to book me. I almost lost my whole empire fucking with Cookie. I feel it in the air, king he should be. I'm back on my bully, I'm feeling shuggy. Cold hearted, but the heat go bang. I packed the Roscoe Pico train, so Duke stunt and get his ego slain. We had to learn the pain of losing our amigo, and we shed the blood that watered the root of evil. Never mind what that fruit gon' do to sheeple, who could soon pass the point of no retrieval. And these pussies got the goal enough to giggle. Screws loose, fuck it, go ahead, dismantle that. Cancel that, stranger things. God hand me my wings, I'ma hand them back. And say, tell me, do they come in black? I said, tell me, do they come in black? I know y'all got some in the back, could you check for me? Respectfully, I said, tell me, do they come in black? Black, black. Tell me, do they come in black? I said, tell me, do they come in black? Please excuse my audacity. Tell me, do they come in black? For me, like, tell me, do they come in black? I'm like, no, sir.
Yeah, Donnie and the B Chef. Sosa back in town. What up, son?
Donnie, what up?
Pardon us, we've been away for a moment, but we back. Respect for respect, respond and connect. We on deck to wreck a record for the people, so excuse me for a moment, if you will.
Yo, it goes one by one, step by step. Number two, flexecutioner, you check my rep. As I sidestep, flight of death, you report to IRS. When it comes to lyrics, mine are best, you should try to rest. Woke up kinda blessed with a pint of cess. Had the finest sex, then I laughed at the sight of death. I might object, I'ma resurrect the innovative styles that disintegrated. Well, you pretend you made it. I fucking really hate it that you affiliated with any greats. Coming late, it's kinda silly, ain't it? A part of me, wait, a part of me back. Hit you in the jugular right where your arteries at. This is all of me rap, cause I'm raping all the tape decks. Fuck a prophylactic, I don't believe in safe sex. I can see the greatness, Donnie and the Beat Chef. So man, quick to drop a body on the beat, bless.
Pardon me back, pardon me back, pardon me back, yo, and watch Sosa do his thing, yo. Pardon me back, pardon me back, pardon me back, yo, and watch Donnie do his, they 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 do his thing.
For those that put in work, what's the word? Look, listen, observe. When it's your time, let your skills be heard. Then let it go, then let it go, then let it go, then let it go. Cause it's the element of surprise when others not knowing. When your time comes, watch how they vibe, they keep flowing. Let it go,
tagging artists, send y'all stuff in.
then let it go,
1, 2, 3,
then let it
4,
go.
5.
Rizzy talk, man, I take it one day at a time. Why rush? Cause it's rare to become successful by luck. Cause as you put the work in, build your confidence when uncertain. Growth and development, learn to be the bigger person. Know what's right for wrong, speak from experience. When I performing with the highest potential. Other than birds be chirping, never uncertain, keep the vocals potent. And keep it business as usual, stay busy with keeping things in motion. It's a challenge to keep it balanced when you have the talent. I can't be watered down, washed up, just let that soak in. Cause I refuse to do how rich house improve material. Only meant for a few, straight up, no subliminals. I'm just another individual, far from the typical, who don't let ridicule get in the way of my principles. I stay firm, no concern to what's political, and give it all that I got, never the bare minimum. For those that put in work, what's the word? Look, listen, observe. When it's your time, let your skills be heard. Then let it go, then let it go, then let it go, then let it go. Cause it's the element of surprise when others not knowing. When your time comes, watch how they vibe, they keep flowing. Let it go,
Let it
then
wind.
let it go,
Let it wind.
then let it go,
Let it
then let
wind.
it go.
That'll be funny.
Mortal Kombat. All black, new Saibot. World conquest, Shao Kahn. Throw hands like I'm Jackson. Kung Lao with his hat on. sprayed in a thunderstorm. Devorah's insect swarm. Baraka, the way I'm cutting up. Johnny Cage level confident. Kenchi, I don't see haters. Cabal fast, see you later. I keep it on me so they call me smoke. Cold with it, Sub-Zero. But ride choke off a couple beers. Flawless victory, I'm yelling cheers. I need a Jade and a Sonya Blade. Scorpion, get over here. Don't need a Melina, she love to fight. Sid Dale screaming all the time. But I love a katana. A ninja girl, that's my type. Night Wolf with the spirits high. Kano with my third eye. Goro hit you 4 times. Shanks up, your soul is mine. Bomb on them like Cyrax. They step foot in my sector. Strike up versus Eric Black. A shootout, who the best, bruh? Luke Kane with the quick feet. Uppercut him, hit him with that whoopsie. Nerd Nation, we are many. You a buck one, man. A rap battle, Mortal Kombat. X-ray hit you so crack.
4 minutes, y'all.
What you call that? I suggest you suckers fall back. Shirai Ryu, Lin Kuei. Either way, it's gang gang. Reptile spitting in your face. Fujin on a windy day. Earthworm.
Please send your records to ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com or get ready to die. Ha 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 ha.
Ooh, they're envious and it's obvious.
What up, Al?
Envious and it's obvious. They're envious and it's obvious.
Okay.
Envious and it's obvious.
Y'all hit that like button, tagging artists.
Jealousy in their eyes, in their eyes.
You deserve to be
I
heard.
see, and it's okay, it's okay.
All Javas accepted.
Working, they be hating on me while I've been working. Still can't find somebody, cause I can't trust nobody. I don't wanna waste no time. Lately you've been on my mind. Maybe I need a queen by my side. I'm trying to get through to you, but niggas is hating on me. It's easy. Ooh, they're envious and it's obvious. Envious and it's obvious. They're envious and it's obvious. Envious and it's obvious. Jealousy in their eyes, and I see it. And it's okay, and that's alright.
I think this spot was
1
made for
minute,
me.
36
Spoke
seconds.
to me. Look at my phone, it reminds me. Probably I am. I've been thinking lately, maybe I should run away. I just need some time to think, or maybe it's just overkill. Isolate myself, I just need some time alone. All these thoughts that get here in my eyes. How the fuck can I grow when I don't even know myself? How the fuck can I love when I can't even love myself? I've been looking day and night, I've been searching for a sign. Is it right in my eyes? Am I blind in my blood? Think I might just be all these moments happening while I'm trapped in my mind. Should I die at trying? I'm tired and lonely, but I'll kick and scream. All I have is me right now, music and this that right now. I have so much to say, I just wish I could escape.
45
But now you
seconds.
guys can't relate. Message me in your sound.
Gotta move different. This my lane, I'ma cruise in it. I heard niggas feed off the personal information that you give them. Most important piece of the game, I can't lose in it. I had to take an extra step. It got shaky like an Etch-a-Sketch. I gotta come out on top, cause I will not settle for a second best. I gotta make it, cause I'm tired of living check to check. For real. I hope you niggas hear my pain. Places I can go, I choose not to go insane. Niggas hating on me, they don't even know my name. But really, that's another topic, I don't care to talk about it. Ay, really don't care what they said. I'm in a room full of conversations, only hit a one in my head. Make you move, but don't make the false one of your dead. Got some Ohio shooters that'll come put one in your head. Your head, your head, your head.
You're jamming with the hottest disc jockey.
DJ Dork Genius.
Be sure to send your music and beats over to ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com.
Autobots, share the stream.
2 in the morning, fell asleep and I'm yawning, waking up on the lawn, I'm seeing blue and orange. People follow me to school and copy me until I stopped and put my music on. I'm just crawling like a zombie, gnawing on a Nazi, probably in his uniform. Born identity, homie, you've been warned. My brain is soaring like a unicorn.
All right, as per usual, welcome to That Dorky Review Show. I appreciate you guys for, of course, being here. We are, as always, live on all platforms, all at the same time. So shout out to YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, all in the same. And for those who don't know, we pretty much are a live music reaction and review show for independent artists, producers, and bands across the globe. We rate everything on a 1 to 10 scales, and all feedback is welcome. If you make music yourself, yes, you can send it to the show. We don't want to really, react to the industry artists, you know what I'm saying, the ones that already have all the exposure they need, again, record deal, they on the radio already, and the same thing goes for if you guys are rapping or singing to their beats. Try your best not to do that and send it to the show, whatnot, just because again, it'll affect certain streams that we're on in terms of either the live itself or after the live is basically trying to be saved or whatnot. Like, you guys are able to review everything, on the tube if we have all the proper records. Otherwise, it'll get blocked from certain countries and different things like that. Or again, if you guys don't see it, you guys will know why. And again, well, I can't say it again because I didn't say it yet. I am your host, Nonsense, aka Dork Genius, aka Nonsense is Dork Genius, aka Chris Nonsense, aka your mama's favorite dork, aka Dorky, aka Dorkiso 15, aka Game Dork of Game Dork Plays. Like, you already know what it is. I do rap, produce, and mix and master, so offer any advice that I do have, and I do love all genres and whatnot. So pretty much, and I believe that there's a good record, great artist within any genre, but how the quality is or how serious you take your craft within those genres matters to how, serious, like, I think the listener will, take you or whatnot. So always try to make and send your best. If you trying to send throwbacks, different things like that, that's fine. Freaking as well. We do music videos. Pretty much everything is fine except for Tidal and Apple Music. If you have Spotify, yes, you can send that to the show. Again, YouTube videos. If you have MP3, SoundCloud, BandLab, Bandcamp, yes, and yes, okay. Share it up, hit that like and tag an artist if you are tapped in. Hold on, and let everybody know where you guys are watching in from. Let me see. I was supposed to do this right here. I was supposed to freaking do this right here. All right. What else? I think that's usually it. I went through that freaking fast, man. What? Okay, let me do that, and then we'll jump back into things. Salisbury, North Carolina. Oh, damn. Listen, we finna hit some fire then when we get to that or whatnot. Oh, is my thing? Okay, we good. If you guys end up, it's 100% free to submit to the show, but if artists do want to skip the line, you're always able to do so to get more than one of your records played back to back, or to simply be played quicker. Or if you guys want that recorded reaction and review that I do and post on all my channels.
Nonsense and Sir Mike, this song's gonna burn like some hot sauce from Hot Ones in your eyes. Birdman will talk to an actual bird like I'm gonna chew through this beat like a termite. Don't make me put you where actual worms lie. Don't like my old shit, I'm thinking you were high. Like me when I'm looking down at a bird's eye view. When I'm cool, better act like you surprise. Head to McDonald's, I'm about to steal your fries.
Okay, let me jump back into the free line so we can get our reviews started. And I appreciate y'all patience through and through. Let's see. All right, let me see. You Will Get Touched. Tara Bamboo featuring Bernadette Price. Produced by Vinny Idol. Let me see, man. Cuts by Tune Spliff. All right, did I download this so I can load it in and then jump back up in again? And if you guys said correctly, you should get a confirmation email right back to your.
Speak the wrong words, man. Then you will get speak the wrong words, man. Then you will get speak the.
These niggas is side-eye me, but I ain't did nothing to them but send them buzz out real violently. No, peace be with you, reverse psychology. My eyes whiter than coke, so this verse high quality. It's a method to the mission when I'm singing these bronze blues. Why you running the race when the fact is I can't lose and I can't snooze? That's Van Hanlen's handle. When the way I move the magic have you thinking I'm out in the land. Yeah, Van Dirty. Clean up the streets and bounce early. Vandalize victims, I request help and sound girly. Strange motions. Traveled the world in 7 oceans. Terror Van conquered the rap tribes and took they potions. Pop who? You and your pops get pop too. Holy war shot through your shirt bloody with them shells flew. Seeing every move how you started the antics. Write quotes longer than pages and put it in pamphlets. Bamboo, pressure to fill and color the fan tricks. No sorcery, that's where I counted down to the last ticks. Tick tick boom, yeah the timer set. It blew up the room. I'm super high cause I ate up the shrooms van.
A big burner, I be in the back with the big burner. Yeah, way in the back bugging off, I'm a back turner. Bitch, you play too much. Speak the wrong words, ho, and you will get touched.
Listen, I ain't overstaying to stay, and I done stated I be the first one really leaving the day. I'm terror, I'm stubborn. Now it's work time, the flow humming. Same sound, secret recorded after my gold summit. Provoke anger, remote danger. Trying to deal with terror, and it's time it's the devil's hanger. Bring a banger. Unfortunate, you underground niggas stop forcing it. Give a fuck about them line drawings or who crossing it. It's terror, it is what I get out of it. It's a rocky path, son, even throw up a hollow it. Where the bulldozers get bullied and they want no parts of it. Bronze barrels a target, ain't throwing them darts at it. Listen, I reflect it all, protect the source. Try to tell these young niggas to respect the boss. Benny Idol been in his bag with beats of cause. Baseline kicks that knock and say knock it off. Yeah, that new of us, we the two of us. Dynamic dude that'll clap back like a few of us. Yeah, never knew of us, it's the two of us. A dynamic dude that'll clap back like a few of us.
I'm a big burner, I be in the back with the big burner. Yeah, way in the back bugging off, I'm a back turner. Bitch, you play too much. Speak the wrong words, ho, and you will get touched.
Speak the wrong words, man, and you will get touched. Speak the wrong words, man, and you will get touched. Speak the wrong words, man, and you will get touched. Speak the wrong words, man, and you will get touched.
1 to 10, 1 to 10, y'all. How y'all feeling about that? 1 to 10. Any and all feedback is, of course, welcome. First and foremost, we got about 2 minutes and 50 seconds of record. I always usually want, somewhere near that 3, minutes or whatnot, just to really feel like the artist is working, on any sort of like track or whatnot, right? There are some who will do way less and expect more results or whatnot, but I want the work to essentially reflect when you guys do something or whatnot, man. My only criticism with this really was just some of the mix, a lot of things were a little bit too loud, and your vocals were almost getting overcrowded by the beat and stuff like that. And I like the production, like the sample, how it flips every 8 or so bars and stuff like that. It does allow the just the presence to have some extra flavor throughout. It almost reminded me of, I'm trying to think of like a more hype producer, maybe somewhere in between like a Just Blaze and an Alchemist, you know, kind of, you know, piece of production or whatnot, right? In terms of the, well, see, even Alchemist will like, yeah, he'd get into, you know, a little bit of stuff like that or whatnot. But anyways, overall, decent record as well, and I could see a video potentially for that. You know what I'm saying? The overall production does sound like it's something hype, and I do like to remind artists that whether or not you have a sample or whether or not you have a sample or you know, some actual, you know, instruments within the record, plan to do your record at some point with live instruments, with an actual band trying to bring certain things to life or whatnot, right? If you hear a trumpet within the beat that you're rapping to, or a guitar, piano, saxophone, any of the instruments that you hear that aren't digital, you know, always try to see how you can bring that forth, you know, to a live performance. Do as close to a tiny desk, you know, kind of thing if possible, because I always feel like that is the best way to, you know, really show that you are an artist, someone who is real as well. We always end up having full conversations about, you know, AI right now, which is, you know, somewhat of a competition, you know what I'm saying? But the one thing that they can't do is, you know, be a real artist, right? And perform live. They can't do interviews. They, you know what I'm saying, autograph signings and stuff like that. So anything real that you bring to a record these days, I think will always be welcomed and appreciated or whatnot. Give your thoughts in the chat. We'll go ahead and ring it off in a moment. We say, helping anyone that's struggling with bills, or, you know, saying Deb kindly messages me, God is great, stay safe and stuff like that, man. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Let me see, James, you know what I'm saying, what's freaking popping and stuff like that. Everybody freaking news tap in. Again, if you are new to the show, you can send your music to my email. It's ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com. You know what I'm saying? We'll put you in the lineup and roll on through or whatnot. Zayala, you know what I'm saying, said, I agree with everything you said about AI. I mean, again, I can go in full deep mode. No Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Pause or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whichever one still works these days, I can go full in. But like, I think it's important that we always have these conversations. At least, like, if anyone feels a certain way on either side of the matter, you know, always speak your piece, you know what I'm saying? Let people know why or why not, you know, you feel the need to, you know, have a certain thing or whatnot, right? But from the point of view of the artist, the producer, the person who like figured out how to mix and master, you know, stuff properly or whatnot, right? When we then hear anything that has sort of been, you know, anytime it feels like you're trying to skip doing the work, right? Like if you were asked to do an essay for freaking school, like we can bring it to anything. You were asked to bring an essay to freaking to school for, you know, class, but you had AI write the whole thing instead of you know, really figuring out and doing that work or whatnot. Again, there is no started from the bottom, now we here, right? If you don't do the work to whatever it is, if you're tasked with writing a script, if you're writing a novel, a book, you know, your own raps, your own, you know, song, figuring out what you want to do with the beat, you know what I'm saying? And there's the two processes. Either you make your own beat, figure out what you want there, like get a band together and, you know, try to see if they can replicate what you hear in your head, or you find a beat, right, that, you know, from a independent, you know, producer or something like that you are inspired by to make your song. But all in all, people want to hear and celebrate the real talent from actual, you know, artists and producers. When you think of that dope melody, when you actually, you know, even if it's a sample and you figure out how to flip it in the dopest ways, because you can give a sample to Kanye, Alchemist, Ninth Wonder, Just Blaze, you know, and y'all know a bunch of other producers that are within that sample, you know, sort of spectrum or whatnot, and they would all sort of get into it in a slightly different way, right? And you need that originality that, you know, hopefully will come from your brain, that patience. You guys will get writer's block from time to time, but don't feel the need to then use AI to like try to finish your thing. The whole thing is when everything is said and done, when you're finished with the song and you can basically put it out there to the world and to people and them like it, right? When you get that, hey, this song is fire, I love this, man, you killed that verse, you get to have all that accolade in your mind, knowing like, damn it, I did that. Like that came directly from me. I didn't need no help from anybody else or a, you know, kind of device or whatnot. So I always feel like it's important for us to have that conversation just to remind people about, you know, that aspect of you know, really doing it, you know, yourself and trying to figure those things out. And also the act of, you know, collabing or whatnot, right? You know, I want the producers to link up with real artists who can really bring a record, you know, to life and, you know, all that good stuff and whatnot. You said, yeah, AI is ruining the economy, man. I mean, like, again, you can go to any facet, any sort of like painting, you know, script writers, like whatever you go to, right? If AI can pretty much, you know, replicate it in any way, there's someone out there who's too lazy to do the work and or even hire someone, and they immediately, you know what I'm saying, go to that, you know, AI aspect or whatnot. And I'm like, nah, man, like still we are, if everyone does it, then the world becomes lazy. And then the moment, this is where it all freaking will, you know, come to a head. The moment that, let's say the world's just like electricity, you know, just happens to go or whatnot, right? All the power in the world, and you have no phone, you have no device to basically consult with for information because you didn't take that time to really learn to do all that stuff yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you give that job to a, you know, device, you know, you already know what happens. Let me see. Zamarian, we got you up next. We are in the free line. We ain't gonna keep talking on this forever. He said the Terminator. He said I'm the Terminator. Run! What's your model number? Popcorn, what up? Hear the light of time where you want me. UK, what up? In the house.
So you might wanna chill right there. Taking all that you can bear is such a rough life. Sometimes you wanna disappear. It'll be like that for you sometimes. It'll be like that for me sometimes. But God is who we need all the time. So just send your prayers, baby, I'm right here. Got it going on, you're too beautiful. Can't keep off of you. You got me saying I'm the lucky one. Hope I'm the only one. Too good to be true. Said one and only, babe. One and only, babe.
Once again, this is Zamarian with one and only.
One and only, babe. Put me in this situation when you know you're too fine. Though it's so hard to rearrange my mind. You got me looping up in this love of affection. The way you got me tension in my head. My heart is affected by you. Still can't believe that you're
You said you go. All right. Big salute. Demarion, of course, you know what I'm saying, within that spectrum of R&B that I, do like. I always love a good, almost classic R&B, like slow jam, sort of feel or whatnot. The songs, that were often, actually about, love and stuff like that. The ones that before some of us actually made music ourselves, we put together on a mixtape for, that cute girl that we might, like and, either about to get with or just want to, right? You know what I'm saying? When we're starting, hey, this is how I feel about you, girl. You know what I mean? We sort of put songs like that, you know what I'm saying, within it. And, it sort of strengthens the relationship a bit, you know what I mean? And so thank you guys for being that vessel, whenever you do tend to make songs like this. It reminds me of sort of an earlier era of Marcus Houston. You did also say that this was a throwback, record within itself as well. But I feel like if you wanted to, you could potentially re-record this, get a, more decent mix and have everything, be a little bit more, perfected within there. It's also, again, 2 minutes and 26 seconds, right? If you wanted to extend this and make it longer, there's always the option of a feature, whether that would be a male or female artist, rapper, or singer. Again, always up to you what you want to do within that. Usually it's the sort of like rap R&B sort of like combo. But if you were to add a female artist on there and do like a duet, kind of thing, that I think is always welcome. You get the sort of like best of both worlds, kind of situations or whatnot, when the ladies young fellas, kind of rock with it, in that way or whatnot. But what do you guys think? Give your thoughts. 1 to 10, any feedback is welcome. E-Breaks in the building. Start that. What's up, dog? Let me see. So working on our feature and stuff. He's talking about me. He's gonna work on something to send and so like that, so we can get it Anyways, what did we do? Let me go up a little bit. What did you say? You said yo, and then what? What is it? They said nice track. Is it Satanicid and something like that? I'm trying to figure out how to say your name. But big freaking salute, you know what I'm saying? It's a nice track. Nice. It needs a better mix. Vocals are flat. Sonically 8.2 from Liquid Music Group. That's the best, sort of like both sides of the coin right there, right? To have, a like, oh man, need the better mix. Like it sounds sort of hit you and then like, oh man, but then you see an 8.2 and you still, feel like, okay, well, I the record is there, you know what I'm saying? So all I need to do is just make sure that it, has that professional sound before the final release. It is a throwback, as he said, so, there's always going to be more that he can do, to it or whatnot. Let me see, and it's an old song I wanted to submit. So I thought, man, a little bit of a throwback. Is it Thursday? No, it is not. That's tomorrow. Throwback Thursday. Throwback Thursday is tomorrow, which would be the preferred day potentially. Let me see, and then wanted to get Stems tomorrow to do a proper arrangement with, and also need to double track some vocal bits, stuff like that. That's what's up. Make sure you get that done. Come back, send it to the show so we can hear something. You know what I'm saying? And then you also said that was recorded when I only had my phone to record. So that makes more sense and whatnot. So the small conversation of make sure that you guys make plans to re-record any record that may, have that potential but you just didn't necessarily have the right setup at first or whatnot, right? Because again, you want people who come across you, they like one song, they'll go throughout and, you know, want to see your vast catalog of music, and you want everything to really be able to stand out in a way where people like it and want to share it and listen to it again. We've still heard records, like early records from a lot of, you know, the artists that are now known today, that before they were big, that still needed mixes, and they were like more mixtapes, you know, kind of situations before. And then when they got closer to, you know, getting everything settled, like the mixes and everything got better. They sounded more professional. The videos and stuff like that, you know, get better as well. You just really want to always be looked at in that professional light. But if it's a mixtape, people kind of accept things a little bit more. Right? If you literally put an album together and you kind of say it's a mixtape, you have the freedom to do a few different things with that, right? You can both get on original and industry beats or whatnot, right? Because mixtapes are free, right? People don't expect it to be the most pro kind of situation, but, you know, some select artists could change that, right? If they did sort of go into, you know, mixtapes, and then like, again, all the recent mixtapes that you start hearing are all like fully professional. If artists start doing that and even making sure that things are, you know, original, but like at the freedom of a mixtape is that you can do, you know, pretty much what you want with that. However, the album in stores, the let me do the music video, all that stuff you want to do when your record is, you know, properly ready, when you can show it to a label tomorrow, right? If it comes across your favorite artist's desk, they immediately want to, you know, kind of either sign you or at least co-sign, right? You know what I'm saying? Be like, hey, y'all need to check this out or whatnot, right? That always means a lot to just know that some of the bigger artists, you know, that you think are talented as well, right? That they, you know, come across your thing and think it's good enough to sort of say something about. So you already know what it is. That I'm taking a shit right now. Probably shouldn't announce that, but you said it. Yeah, I'm gonna read it, man. And they would say I changed the count so that. Let me see. Always good to have more than one or whatnot. Yeah, just in case they screw you over in some way. All right, we should be able to hop back into the free line. Just want y'all to know, be patient if y'all in that. Y'all want to send a skip, y'all will get quicker, please.
Nonsense and sir, Mike, this song's gonna burn like some hot sauce from hot ones in your eyes. Birdman will talk to an actual bird like I'm gonna chew through this beat like a termite. Don't make me put you where actual worms lie. Don't like my old shit, I'm thinking you were high. Like me when I'm looking down at a bird's eye view. When I'm cool, better act like you surprised. Head to McDonald's, I'm about to steal your fries.
Excuse me. What's tonight? Baby. Excuse me.
What you say? Send some DJ Young Hand. Welcome back. Always good to see you as well. Then what'd you say? Like he said, send 2 songs and did it work or whatnot? Just a heads up, we do play 1 song per artist in the free line, so whichever of the 2 songs you prefer, if you're only getting 1 played, you know, make sure you choose that one wisely, otherwise I'll choose that random when I get there. But if you want both played, there's certain skips for that, and all that good stuff. Hold on. As we proceed up, Jay versus the world, you are next with Hots as we proclaim. Let's do it.
I said it before and I'll say it again.
Loud a little bit.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while.
Girl, I love you. Girl, I love you. Do you love me like I love you? Girl, I love you. Girl, I love you. Do you love me like I love you?
Too loud.
Nothing's ever wrong. When these rappers try to make a clever song, no matter what they do, we'll never get along. They fix the COVID, now we'll never share a bomb. I've been trying to fix the rap game for the longest. I ain't gonna lie, man, your rap's really garbage. Speak what's on my mind, cause I'm actually honest. You feel this in your eye, and your back, and your arm check. I got shaved.
Almost within there, man. With this one, I think we all can agree it was, you know, at least the mix, right? When it comes to both the production and then also when you got in there. And look, I always do say, when it comes to melodic records, I do appreciate when an artist goes in the higher tones. I've often encouraged him to do just that, because a lot of his older records, he would stay in a more monotone kind of, you know, melody. And I'd be like, I like when an artist can go in the low and the high tones, and then sometimes do the harmonization sort of thing or whatnot. But when a lot of the production sort of clashes with what you're doing vocally, and it just feels like way too much like energy and electricity sort of like going on, you know, certain things need to be dialed back. It's really a mixed thing, at least for me right now. You know, and I do want to be able to hear this song through and through. So go back into the drawing board with the mix itself. Go back into the drawing board with the mix itself, and then bring it back. Bring it back, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, what did you guys think about that? What did you say? He said, "Then woke up my 7-month-old. Oh no. Oh no." Well, listen, I mean, you know, I think any hype record probably would have done something similar or whatnot, but that one did have a lot of color like right away, right? Often you want things to sort of like build up, you know, and then eventually get to that point where you have, you know, the elements you're hearing. But usually we'd hear that amount of energy toward the end of a song, right? Toward the climax, essentially, where everything sort of like comes together in a way. You know, you do want to dial it back in some way possible or whatnot and see what you can do. We're gonna go ahead and jump right back into the free line once again. Give me a moment, but also give me your thoughts and whatnot. So you said I'm actually singing on one I sent in places anyway. That's what's up. Face biting nails emoji is like that. Listen, man, you all you gotta do now. This is a problem that I have been seeing with at least some of your more recent stuff, like some of the stuff that you've been sending to the show in like the past 2 or 3 days. Have been a little bit, you know, within this sector or whatnot. So, you know, as you go into these records, you know, do think about that balance or whatnot. You know, I always say a good rule of thumb is to listen to your records right next to any of the industry artists' records that are in the same genre or whatnot, right? Put them right next to each other. Listen to them on a playlist. And kind of see those differences, you know what I'm saying? Because whatever that standard is, if yours comes on right next to it, you sort of, you know, you go above or below that, you know, if that mix is not right, you know what I'm saying? We can't leave it up to the DJ to adjust and kind of like try to mix and master it before they hit that play for everybody else. So like often they'll just throw it in the sort of like mix, right? And if all of a sudden, you know, the crowd starts booing because, you know, it just is way too much, you know what I'm saying, going on, and we don't know like where the actual, you know, build up, you know, should come from and stuff like that. It throws you out. Let me see. You know what I'm saying? You had, what, like a 3 on that. And I was wondering if I had said your name or something that you said is Bass Traffic, but that's what. Why do you keep changing your name, bro? Like Bass Traffic, that was the very first name I believe you had, and then you like changed it to a few other things. Like it was like each month it would almost be something different. You and Simba the Innovator be doing that. Like Simba at one point he just changed his name to Not Drake or some shit, or Fake Drake or some shit. I was like, what is even happening anymore? Do you know this song Heart of a Woman by Summer Walker? Not off top in my head, but I'm sure I've heard it because I used that beat before she bought it and was gonna buy it. I have proof, but I'm gonna keep the song or whatnot. Man, listen, yeah, that happens, man. I mean, you got to make sure that you get exclusive rights to whatever producer that you are working with. One thing that, like, that's why I don't like leasing my beats, right? What I absolutely love to do is make something custom for each artist, and even building something around vocals if they have it or something like that, so that it can really be theirs, unique to them, and not something that I'm going to sell to another artist as well, and have them in that situation where one artist probably gets a little bit bigger with it and leaves the other one kind of assed out. You want everybody to have that sort of kind of individual painting and something that makes I think your beats worth it. Like, think about it. If you just make, especially if you're in the type beat, kind of thing, if you only make type beats, like immediately you already lose your identity by going after somebody else's sound, right? So you always have to think about what is that thing that can make people have to come to me for something specific. I've always loved how, Swiss Beats had a certain sound. Pharrell has a very specific sound. Timbaland would have a sound. And the sample producers as well. When we talk about Kanye and Alchemist and RZA, and they do things in a very specific way where you just know it's them. You know what I'm saying? DJ Premier, we can go all the way, down, and y'all could, shout out to Bangladesh, man. I haven't heard Bangladesh, in quite some time, but he had that one. I think that was him, right? Who essentially first did that sort of like beat drop, and then everybody else started to try to copy that. Let me see. You need to say trigger warning when you play my track board, just putting it out there. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we've had, what do you say? My bad, E. Burks. We've had, there are records, right? If the content is a little bit too crazy, we've had to cut, certain things or whatnot, but it like the one that we had been getting from Dev, every time he sings, it's like he knows how to rap. You know what I'm saying? It's an artist who like literally knows how to rap. Everybody can hear it. We can, tell he's having fun with what he's doing, and he'll get in there with a few decent regular lines, and eventually starts to head into territory where you're like, what are you doing? Like, why are you even saying that? Why would you play around like that, right? Whether it's, things sort of making fun of, religion, or very specific, like I can't say them just because they automatically start blocking things on our platforms. All right, let me jump back in real quick. I didn't even look at the skip line yet, y'all. I'm just trying to head through the pre-line, appreciate y'all right quick, and then I'm gonna look and see in a second. Christopher Dugganson with Fruit Roll Up.
She lied. Go for it.
Roll up. I don't even know what the hell I'm about to freaking do, but you behold up. You don't know what the hell I'm about to do.
She my 80s, 90s baby fruit roller. Fresh up out the wrapper. I know what you want, I know how to love ya. My baby fruit roller, you my sweet tooth by my side, yeah. Love it when you're mine, yeah. My 80s, 90s baby fruit roller. Fresh up out the wrapper. I know what you want, I know how to love ya. My baby fruit roller, you my sweet tooth by my side, yeah. Love it when you're mine, yeah. Kicking on the weekend, snap, snap that. What you wanna see, baby? Let's rap that. I know what you need, baby. Let me kiss that. I know what you mean, baby. My sugar sweet honey bun. I can't get enough of you, girl, my sweet tooth. How many licks does it take? Let me treat you. Don't get it twisted like Twizzlers. I need you. Girl, you know I gotta pull up on you. My 80s, 90s baby fruit roller. Fresh up out the wrapper. I know what you want, I know how to love ya. My baby fruit roller, you my sweet tooth by my side, yeah. Love it when you're mine, yeah. My 80s, 90s baby fruit roller. Fresh up out the wrapper. I know what you want, I know how to love ya. My baby fruit roller, you my sweet tooth by my side, yeah. Love it when you're mine, yeah. If you mess around, you gon' catch that sugar. Too many sweets, she gon' have you shook up. On my taste buds, gon' lay that gusher. Saving all this money, cause my baby got that hookup. I can't get enough of you, girl, my sweet tooth. How many licks does it take? Let me treat you. Don't get it twisted like Twizzlers, I need you. Girl, you know I gotta pull up on you. My 80s, 90s baby fruit roller. Fresh up out the wrapper. I know what you want, I know how to love ya. My baby fruit roller, you my sweet tooth by my side, yeah. Love it when you're mine, yeah. My 80s, 90s baby fruit roller. Fresh up out the wrapper. I know what you want, I know how to love ya. My baby fruit roller, you my sweet tooth by my side, yeah. Love it when you're mine, yeah. I don't need a break when I taste that. She ain't wasting no time for that sweet crash. Taking all my Milky Way, that's big facts. Yeah, baby, break me off a piece of that Kit Kat. I can't get enough of you, girl, my sweet tooth. How many licks does it take? Let me treat you. Don't get it twisted like Twizzlers, I need you. Girl, you know I gotta pull up on you. My 80s, 90s baby fruit roller. Fresh up out the wrapper. I know what you want, I know how to love ya. My baby fruit roller, you my sweet tooth by my side, yeah. Love it when you're mine, yeah. My 80s, 90s baby fruit roller. Fresh up out the wrapper. I know what you want, I know how to love ya. My baby fruit roller, you my sweet tooth by my side, yeah. Love it when you're mine, yeah.
All the freaking time when you with the kid, you would eat a lot of candy. There's like a lot of time when you figure don't know what the hell you about to go and hand me. I don't know where I'm gonna go, but. All right, man. Big freaking salute. This is another record from Christopher Duncanson. And like, so Christopher Duncanson, I feel like is a great like songwriter and can come up with some of the best melodies for pretty much all the records, you know, that he has. We have quite a few like R&B centric, you know, artists in the community. And you know what you guys are capable of is you know, crazy or whatnot, because I can see a lot of these things like popping, you know, right now. I can also see, and then when it comes to Christopher Duncanson specifically, every song that I hear him do, right, I'm always like, man, Chris Brown would hear this and probably want it. Like every song you have, Chris Brown would hear, and I say that because he's done that to T-Pain before. Like T-Pain had the stripper song or whatnot, right? And before he released it, he said that Chris Brown had approached him to try to, you know, let him basically have that song, you know, and, you know, get the producer and writers, you know, sort of like credits on. But T-Pain kept it for himself. He knew what it was gonna do. you know, for him, and you know, more power to him, because he was able to continue forth and then still also, you know, produce and write records for you know, other artists and stuff. But that goes to say that, you know, when it comes to R&B, rock, you know, those are the genres that are a little bit more open to getting reference records from other artists, and or, right? I do feel like Christopher Duncanson has a good enough sound to still make the record pop himself and potentially get a feature from a Chris Brown, a Justin Bieber, any of those artists within that same, you know, context of, you know, R&B. And again, this one is different, right? It has all the elements that I love from a good R&B artist when it comes to the harmonization, being able to show people that you can actually sing within different tones. You know, the production is nice. It's upbeat. And I usually hear slow jams from this artist, right? Like Carver knows I love, you know, the slow jams and whatnot. Those are the true songs that do test you the most in terms of, you know, showing your true vocal ability and the emotion that, you know, can go, you know, within that record or whatnot. But big salute, give y'all thoughts and stuff like that. I'm now you said it seems like an early 2004, you know what I'm saying, about sort of song or whatnot. Carver would have to tell me if it was, you know, a throwback at all. You know, but you know, nothing bad freaking there. Let me see. And he also said he makes beats live. That's what's up. That's what's up for the artist. What do you say? My brother used to hang out with him before he got famous. Dizzy Wright came into my house, you know what I'm saying, when I was little. Shout out to Dizzy, man. Dizzy Wright is dope as well. He's a Dorky. You sound like Dizzy Wright and shit, man. Hey, that's an honor. That's an honor right there. The first time I heard that. You know, and Dizzy, there was a time where I was like really into a lot of like 420 based, you know, music or whatnot, right? So I was into, you know, Cypress Hill, Be Real, of course, Burner, Dizzy Wright, all at that same, you know what I'm saying, time or whatnot. Half and half when it came to Wiz Khalifa, because I just felt like his music was a little bit more, you know, mainstream, and at that time my mind just like wanted to fight against any sound that felt like it was, you know, typical or whatnot, right? And again, my first introduction to him was Black and Yellow and stuff, and that wasn't necessarily a 420 centric song. It was only until a few other things came out, and then he started, you know, doing a little bit more like with Snoop, that he started to really get into that sort of like sound and drive. So you know, I feel like he needed more. He needed more. He said he's just opening, but his audience, let me see, trying new things right now, whatnot. Yeah, I've seen a lot of that, man. And let me see, what did you say? 808 bass, you know what I'm saying, tiny bit loud, excellent mix other than that. And then liking the vocal, and you know what I'm saying, from Satanic Seed. And let me see, what do you say? Okay, I think we're good in that. Allow me to pre-introduce myself. My name is Dork. D to the Orky. P to the 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 I to the P to the B to the I to the B to the B to the I to the I to the P bass traffic, you are up. Mr. Bass Traffic? Mr. Bass Traffic, can you? What is this? You said rough edit, new vocal arrangement, getting stems tomorrow to mix properly.
Once I was a pretty little boy. Oh, such a pretty little boy. Then I grew up, people thought I was a toy. Oh my God, is he just a toy? Oh my God. my God, is it just a toy?
You missed the shit. Another time you throw your beat and I'm ripping it.
Boom goes the bass when I drop this track. You're looking at me, bout to purr like a cat. Once you scratch mine, if I scratch your back, cause you disrespect me, you might get a slap. So clap your hands and shake that ass. I'll show you how it teaches class. The energy of a hard bass track with a boom bap bass and I bring it back. Once I was a pretty little boy. Oh, such a pretty little boy. Then I grew up, people thought I was a toy. Oh my God, is it just a toy? I don't hang around in bars.
Yeah, Dorky, don't play that so far.
Stars doesn't mean I wanna be one. Take a piss, but it won't make me meek, son. If I do this rap, it would be a weak one. Split hairs with me friends and me crew them. We lived in hell, I'm going back for them. Living the dream, that's how I'm so zen. Don't make a scene, then you won't need your pen.
You got two, Dorky, don't play that.
Pretty little boy, oh such a pretty little boy. Then I grew up and people thought I was a toy.
Dorky, don't
oh
play
my
that.
God, is it just a toy? Did with my head twisted all the things I said. When I said no, they wouldn't take it as read. No, did you hear what I said? Because I know me first rippers. But she was a pretty little boy.
Don't play that. Three, Dorky.
Oh, hey. My bad. Big freaking salute, man. You know what I'm saying? Almost made it within there. This one, obviously he doesn't have the proper mix yet or whatnot, right? I don't think that's the issue for, you know, potentially some of you guys, you know, within. I think I want something else to be either added to the chorus or potentially a different chorus. Didn't necessarily mind, you know, the, you know, verse kind of situation too much, but you have a very specific voice and sound, right? I think with every single artist, like there are marriages, right? There are marriages of very specific beats that we all should rap to or sing to, right? And then there are the ones where we just kind of do it anyways, and it doesn't necessarily feel like something that, you know, immediately, you know, pulls the best version of us out. You know, in this case, it feels like an almost Dr. Dre, Scott Storch, you know, esque sort of like beat, right? We know those, that sound when it comes to some of the, you know, sort of like drums and background or whatnot. Like that aspect is still dope. But it makes it feel like what you should be doing on the record is like a diss song and stuff. Like this is you should get on and like, you know, talk your ish, you know what I'm saying? Be a little bit more hardcore than you would normally be on you know, other songs or whatnot. There is, right? And I'm telling you, this is why we love to have different producers in the community, because, you know, if you get with another one, they'll take your vocal and can build something that may work a little bit better for exactly what you're doing and your actual voice signature. Like that's what I would do, at least for now, to try to get a little bit further, you know, within that. Because with the current beat, I think like how you're rapping certain things, you know, may come off a little bit more, you know, corny or something like that. But I definitely think that there's, you know, potential. I was gonna go through and you know, kind of just listen, because I've heard a lot of stuff from you, right? I've heard a lot of you know, things, and for me this actually had a little bit more potential, you know, than the other stuff that I had heard, you know, over a time or whatnot, right? So for me, I was gonna keep it going or whatever, but you did get you know, the Dorky don't play that. We had to hit that button with them, but we did get, you know, about maybe like 75%, maybe 80% through. Give y'all overall thoughts on what you guys would do potentially to make that better. You know, again, I think a different production, you could even keep the same, you know, drums, but like the melody, the sounds that are there, I don't feel like it should be like something, you know, hardcore, you know what I'm saying? There's a right sample that literally brings your record, you know, into something I think even doper, but we gotta figure out what it is. And that's the challenge, right? Figuring out what the hell it should be, and you know what really, you know, gets us there, or is even, you know, believable by those terms and stuff like that. What up, Truth? Welcome back. What do you say? You said just sample Dougie Fresh and go crazy and stuff like that. You said just sample Dougie Fresh and go crazy and stuff like that. Man, listen. Try what you can. Because it'd be cool, you know what I'm saying, if I wasn't the only one, you know, just going to anything in the chat, man, something like that. Man, people don't want to. Hey, man, I mean, you got a Dorky don't pay that over there. Like, that's all I want to do. And so
Bro, it's 2 in the morning, fell asleep and I'm yawning, waking up on the lawn, I'm seeing blue and orange. People follow me to school and copy me until I stopped and put my music on. I'm just crawling like a zombie, gnawing on a Nazi, probably in his uniform. Born identity, homie, you've been warned. My brain is soaring like a unicorn.
There's a lot of freaking people in the day. And in the crap. All right, what do we got? What do we got? DJ Whales with It's True. It is true. 'Tis it true that your record is indeed next?
It's true. It's true. It's true. I really wanna be the light for you. Arise and shine is what I'm called to do. The time is now and I can't delay. Whenever you say go, I'll try to hide away.
What was
if
that?
If you search my heart, then what would you find? Would you see a drift or is it a line? Am I holding on to you by a string? Whatever it is, would you make it clear? It's true, I don't ever wanna disappoint you. I just really wanna represent you. And I don't wanna pretend that I'm a perfect man. I'm doing all I can to be everything that you require of me. As I'm walking towards destiny, I'll never be confused. I know I have to choose. The choice is always you. It's true. I'm in the valley, but you're molding me. Didn't choose it on my own, but you're holding me. I'm your handiwork, I'm your masterpiece. And my new identity is a royal breeze. I do believe, help my unbelief. The price you paid, no, it wasn't cheap. Because you died, I'm in luxury. And now I have to see me how you see. It's true, I don't ever wanna disappoint you. I just really wanna represent you. And I don't wanna pretend that I'm a perfect man. I'm doing all I can to be everything that you require of me. As I'm walking towards destiny, I'm never be confused. I know I have to choose. The choice is always you. It's true.
Who do you freaking remind? Freaking me up, freaking somebody you wanna rewind. Like, listen, I was looking at your chick and she walking around freaking in the circle. I said, look at that behind. I wanna be able to say freaking and stuff like I'm in a behind. In a relationship, we got issues. I don't even really know. Not enough time to do anything. What did you remind me of, man?
It's true. I don't ever wanna disappoint you. I
trying to think about like who your voice reminds me of. Like, it's very familiar in terms of, you know, when we think about like voice signatures from, you know, things that we've heard out there, it's almost like new and old school R&B converging, you know, on itself. And I like the sort of the two aspects, you know, sort of being freaking together or whatnot. You know, you have good melodies within there. It's 3 minutes and 7 seconds, and so, you know, I appreciate any of you guys who go past that 1 to 2 minutes, right? I always feel like you guys are just rushing in and out of the song. It's not really, you know, a song. It's a demonstration. You're just showing us, you know, a little bit of what you can potentially do, and then trying to move on, you know, to the next song. But like, maximize your time, right? Because a lot of scenarios, you get that one chance to, you know, impress a person before they either change the radio station, change the, you know, skip to the next song on, like, you know, the playlist that it's on, or, you know what I mean? But you want to have enough time with them to show them what you can do throughout a record, right? It allows your melodies, the different flows that you may do, to change, you know, throughout over time. You know, and I like the different elements that you did have within there. It still feels like there's a small amount of work still to be done with the mix, to just a little bit more polish or whatnot. I did want to see also what was said over here on the TikTok before we go on. Let me go over there. It's back to YouTube as well. Just give me a second. What do you say? Are you saying something else about yours? 5 stages of grief or whatnot? Yeah, let us know closer to when that one comes up. You said Usher. Is it at Usher? Hold up.
I do believe, help my unbelief. The price you paid,
Maybe.
no, it wasn't cheap. Because you died, I'm in luxury. And now I have to see me how you see it's true.
It's half and half. It's half and half. Cause there's like an old soul, you know what I'm saying, within there too. But some of that, maybe like the oh yeah, like those sort of like ad libs do feel you know, saying of that Usher-esque freaking style. Little bit of Genuine, you know what I'm saying, within there. And what do you say? So you said the main vocal need a little bit more swag to it. You know what I'm saying? The background is hitting or whatnot. Yeah, man, those things I think hit in the most perfect way, as we say. Let's see what Bass Traffic said. You say whenever a you know, festival only have 22 quid and 150 short, plus I need 140 storage rental for my sound system. Don't know how I'm gonna do it, man. You know what I'm saying? One day at a time, man. Try to get it in there. And when is the festival supposed to be, man? Or are you saying are you trying to throw a festival, or saving up to go to a festival and be one of the artists? Or like, what are you specifically talking about? And you said you feel like this should be a little bit slower, and it's candy-like and 8.2 or whatnot. I can always give you guys an example of what some of these things would sound like a little bit slower or faster.
I really wanna be the light for you. Arise and shine is what I'm called to do. The time is now and I can delay. Whenever you say go, I try to hide away.
Slower?
If you search my heart, then what would you find? Would you see a drift, or is it a line? Am I holding on to you by a string? Whatever it is, would you make it clear? It's true, I don't ever wanna disappoint you. I just really wanna represent you.
There's always a reminder that, like any record that we do, you should always have, you know, an adjustment version, right? What do I mean by that? That means like have a version that's fast, have a version that's slow, for when you go out there and perform and you want to change the overall mood and vibe, right? Like literally you can, at the drop of a hat, because especially if people already know the original record, if you suddenly go into, you know what, I'm going to do this one acoustically, just with an acoustic guitar, and then I'm going to slow it down, and then I'm going to, you know, get in there and just like, you know, sing my heart out essentially, right? Now, if the song was originally slow, right, and then you want to like sort of do something more upbeat, get people moving around a little bit more, like you can tell the crowd, you know, is a little bit tired or whatnot, so you want to switch things up, then you make it a little, you know, faster, sort of like go with the standard version and stuff like that. Do not do what I did just to the whole record.
And I don't wanna pretend that I'm a perfect,
because as you can tell, there's like a loss of quality when that is done, right? Like it takes it down, you know, to a certain bit rate, and or speeds it up, and you lose the quality that you have, you know, altogether.
I'm doing all I can to be everything that you require of me.
You know what I'm saying?
As I'm walking towards destiny.
And so what you want to do is, again, as naturally as possible, whatever way, if you have to remake a new beat just to make sure that you get things, you know what I'm saying, on point. If it's a sample, when it comes to certain sounds, right, you have to change the bit rate as much as you can there, or try to replicate that sample with real instruments and then sort of change it that way. But you want to go into a beats session and actually change the BPM, so that again all the drums are still intact, still have their quality, and haven't changed, you know, with the sort of, you know, the bit rate and stuff like that. You know, that, and the same thing, like I said, goes for any other just sounds that are there. You want things to change naturally, and then yes, you're gonna have to re-record the record in those cases or whatnot, but it's gonna be worth it, because each version, literally each version is gonna feed into something that somebody else does need, right? There's that person who absolutely loves going to every live performance that an artist has. They love to get the live performances on CD, or if they have the versions on Spotify, like they will go and listen to that, right? There are those who are so much of a fan of you, they'll listen to the remixed versions if other producers have, you know, gotten together, done their little mixes, and then you put that into a little package or something like that. Like everything that you do adds to the longevity of any of your tracks, especially if it's you basically curating everything yourself, right? The only thing that you can't control is like if your song does become that much of a hit and other people start doing covers to your song or whatnot, right? And you love that, because that means that your song is resonating enough where people feel like, man, I want to show people the song I love, but also, you know, let me put my own, you know, spin on it, and, you know, see if I can pay it homage or whatnot. So you guys do want that, man. And what do you say? Faster? Truth was like faster. Faster.
I'll never be confused. I know I have to choose. The choice is always you. It's true. I'm in the valley, but you're molding me. Didn't choose it on my own, but you're holding me.
See, again, now it becomes a whole different version. That becomes like a dance version of the song, right? If you go that speed, you know what I'm saying, maybe a little bit slower than that, like it's more of a dance one. The normal sort of one where we're at.
My unbelief. The price you paid, no, it wasn't cheap.
This is the normal one.
You died, I'm in luxury. And now I have to see me how you see. It's true. I don't ever wanna.
You can still dance to it, but it's a little bit smoother. It, you know, it has a kind of a slow jam undertone to it, with, you know, just more of an upbeat, you know, kind of, you know, production there or whatnot. Then again, you want to go to straight slow jam.
I just really want to represent you.
And again, maybe on that one you even take out the drums too, right? Take out the drums, just kind of have it do the thing, you know, acoustically and or piano, and then you go from that. You say, why did it unfollow me? TikTok tripping. Why did what unfollow you? Who unfollowed you? Who unfollowed? There's a lot of power. People are freaking ask, who did you unfollow? You say facts. What do you say? Maybe that tempo plus, you know what I'm saying, a half speed, you know what I'm saying, sections like that. Maybe he said, I received that. That was up. And what do you say? Quite like that, you know what I'm saying, fast as well. Sounded like a bit like DMB. Now see, and that's another one, right? I always tell artists, get with some of these other genre producers as well. Like, just so you can be introduced to a different genre, right? Because there are those in like dubstep or EDM or drum and bass, you know, certain you know, things where it's often a little bit more about, you know, just the production, certain samples, you know, within. But when they're remaking and doing remixes to other artists' songs, right, that's sort of, you know, making that dance version of your song and then putting in that genre. There's a crowd for that, you know, completely. So do your thing, do your thing. All right, we have DJ Ham in the cut. We're going to go ahead and drop you.
Yo, nonsense, insert mic. This song's gonna burn like some hot sauce from Hot Ones in your eyes. Birdman will talk to an actual bird like. I'm gonna chew through this beat like a termite. Don't make me put you where actual worms lie. Don't like my old shit, I'm thinking you were high. Like me when I'm looking down at a bird's eye view. When I'm cool, better act like you surprised. Head to McDonald's, I'm about to steal your fries. Standing outside.
Right, this one is called Back Up One.
They let the people who don't even really know what to do. You never learn nothing if you really never go into school. I don't know what the heck I'ma do, know where I'ma go. I don't know that. I don't even rap like that. Yo, I'm liking the vibes, I'm liking it. You don't know how if I get and die, what it freaking look like in the thigh. Freaking, I know that I don't know why. Freaking, my mind goes right to the. It said, I followed you and it unfollowed me. Did it do it again? Or did it say? Not a freaking times I know that you didn't say. Everybody freaking knows if you freaking want to go freaking somewhere close, you're gonna get ripped away. I don't even know what the heck to go with it. Matter of fact, you about to go up to Mexico and sit. What do you want on this? Like a singer or a rapper?
The time when you don't know why. I don't even know what to do for why. And everybody know but
That's it. I feel like it is a little bit short or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Stop somewhere around 1 minute and, you know what I'm saying, 30 needs a few more switch ups and sort of sections that change into things or whatnot. But this beat itself has a story to tell, and, you know, whatever artist would get on there, I feel like, you know, would have the same. If you want it to be typical, it would be, you know, standard melodic artists, you know, give or take, auto-tune or not. You know, rapper, I feel like could go somewhere and do something with it, but it also depends on their speed and content. It feels like something that could be, you know, serious and stuff like that. And again, I always want to, you know, simply request, right? And I always gotta say it every time for those that may be new to the show and haven't heard it, right? When it comes to song length, you know, for producers, provide the artist with at least that 3 minutes or whatnot. Let them choose whether or not they want to do that shorter version of the record or whatnot. All you can do is, you know, just do the actual work and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? For those artists who are like, if they're more focused on that time, they'll you know, they'll still do like a 2-verse structure and then, you know, just kind of fade it out, you know, from there. But I feel like you as a producer should be fighting for just as much, if not more time than that artist. And the way you do that is by making sure that what you do production wise is worth going through, right? When you sort of change certain things up as the beat goes, and you know how to count bars, you know how to count where like a chorus, you know what I'm saying, and things like that are, and then you know where a certain third verse potentially would be or whatnot. Every time you change it into something different, you inspire that extra little thing. If you have a bridge, if literally you change it enough to where you can, everyone just know, oh, this is where a bridge would go, right? They'll like suddenly start to think of a bridge, right? And have a little bit more time in there, go back to the chorus, and then, you know, head out, you know, from there. But all the while, you as the producer and the artists are going to be heard at the same time. The more that we hear you within there, if you're making you know, changes to the drums and doing stuff like that, we see you throughout that beat, you know. And you never want it to feel like, you know, it's a loop, you know, through and through continuously, no changes here and there. Or again, just like when it's short, you're not really able to show too much of what you can truly do. Let's say this was the only beat that people get to hear, which is probably gonna be the case for some people, depending on when they tap in to the radio, to our show, to another review show, or whatever. Sometimes people just have that split second of time that they can tap in and see something. And I know I've never been one to rush. I've never been one to rush any artist with a song that I actually like. Same thing when it comes to a beat, you know, I'll figure out ways to, you know, extend it even if you didn't, right? And again, you got to ask yourself, would you rather, right? Would you rather, you know, the artist who ends up getting on your beat extends it themselves, which they may loop it. They may loop it and then, you know, just have it go right back on itself. In some cases, they aren't able to do that as professionally. It's offbeat. It kind of makes you look like you did it, you know, somewhat. Or, you know, in my case, I'm a producer too, so I can build on top of, I can add to, right? I can extend and make more beat, kind of change it up in a different way and have it, you know, go into an alternate reality kind of version of it, if anything. But I'm sure you would rather be the one who took care of everything, you know, production wise. So if you do it ahead of time, you know, and even more, start making a way for anyone who hops on into your beats to like have to mandatorily send you their vocals or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you get back whatever song they do, there's always that way where you can be inspired to add something specific to parts of their song and stuff like that, right? So always try to figure out a way to like, oh yeah, send me back your vocals as well. I may add something and then send that back to you, and then, you know what I'm saying, we'll go back and forth from there and whatnot. The collab is important. It also, like I said, will make you feel a little bit more lived in and stuff. What do you say? You said artists aren't doing 5-minute songs anymore or whatnot. Listen, I ain't telling nobody to do 5-minute songs. Ain't nobody said that, right? 5 minutes is good for a cipher. You know, and when it comes to that 5, I think that was really more for the old school R&B. You know what I'm saying? That almost like that soul blue. You know what I'm saying? Like it was that era where, you know, where specific band members got solos. Right, the guitarist gets to go ham for a bit. Here's a saxophone player for like a whole minute and 30 seconds. Let's let the piano. You know what I'm saying? Everybody would get his solo back. Then what we're talking about is at the very least 3 minutes. 3 minutes is what I consider a standard. It's a good enough time to get in there, really feel out whatever record that you do, you know, have to really feel out the concept of what the record is. You shouldn't be trying to rush out of your song. Because the moment your song leaves, if it's on the radio, if it's on a playlist, it goes right to somebody else's song. Now we're thinking about their shit. But the more time you have to throw your chorus in there again, right? We're still remembering that chorus, you know, like minutes later, you know, an hour later, like we remember the song title because of stuff like that. But again, you kind of get out. I'll tell you this. I've seen a lot of artists who they'll receive beats that maybe, again, they're 1 minute, 30 seconds or whatnot. For them, that's only enough freaking time for them to really just rap through the whole thing. They don't really feel like there's enough time to really get in there, have a chorus as well, and then, you know, come back with a second verse, do all this. So when you provide that short version, again, you kind of stunt the growth of certain artists who might have made something more if that inspiration was there. But again, it's just the job. It's the job of the artist. Yeah, Jazz for show. Jazz for show. And what do you say? Most of them are beat makers and producers and stuff. Hey, but but this is why we got to inspire them to do so, right? We can't just make excuses for what people aren't or what they don't do, you know. And I can say that when I was young, growing up, wanting to do music, the thing that inspired me was seeing the bigger artists actually in the studios, seeing them actually do that kind of stuff, like bring in the saxophone players, bring in real instruments to just play along with the record too. Even if the record had a sample and a DJ scratching and stuff like that, they would still bring in like real people to play on top of it. And that stuff resonated with me. I would then see producers make the whole record, you know, like that from scratch or whatnot, where they would, you know, get on, either play the drums like for real, like with, you know, sticks and everything, or with an MPC, then going in and like playing certain real instruments on top, sampling their own, you know, sort of thing. You know, and it's really needing to get back to that work. Again, I'm gonna keep reminding you guys, we are competing with AI today. There are artists and producers who don't do the work, and they'll just like tell AI basically to come up with that thing. But you guys can tell me right now, what would be more impressive to you, both to watch like as content, as footage or whatever, or to be in the studio while it's happening? What is more impressive, when somebody's prompting in the AI the stuff to basically come up and happen, or that person who calls up the guitarist, the background singers, the people to come to the studio to actually add those real elements? Like that collaboration, like it does something else to you when you're actually in the vicinity of it. When it's live music, it just makes you feel honored to be a part of, you know, what we do and stuff like that. You know, but we should never give accolades to anyone who really just does the minimal, because it does, like, why with AI, I just always feel like it's the same thing as athletes with, you know, steroids or anything like that, right? If we feel some type of way about them trying to, you know, compete in sports and stuff like that, but you didn't, again, do that hard work to really work out, get in shape like everybody else, and then, you know, go ham or whatnot, like all that, you know, can basically happen or whatnot. Let me go and see what's up. AI is not creating unless you are just using parts or specific instruments. And they said there's a different styles of producing. For example, RZA and Dr. Dre. Yep, exactly. ELP and you know what I'm saying, Alchemist, 100%. And it matters. I mean, we love to see those producers do their thing though. Let me get back in the free line right about now. Act Hollow, you should be up next. Once again, we are in the free line. I appreciate y'all patience. If you are trying to skip, hit that skip line up. I'll throw the screen or the scene that actually shows you the tangs or whatnot, right? And if we do get to 100 tonight, we will be able to, do a giveaway on the show. You guys will be able to win free beats, free mixes and masters, free skips, free merch. And you said one take freestyle.
I did it specifically for the review. Let's go. There you go. There you
go. Better hurry up.
I'm doing this thing, I'm on your tail like a tank. Walking in bed with that fire, you know that I try. I'm already knowing you ain't. I'm starting to fucking get tired. You say you that guy, he won't even step in the paint. I
see what's up, Scout.
Bitch, I could glide forever, I'm high as a crank. Any bitch try to come rob it, they die. He gon' be harder his eye. Me and this 4-5 body incline. These niggas phony, watch don't need time. Hanging on wrist, I don't sleep, I be fried. I do this shit all day, all night. I left the hoe, she was calling me crying. Said you wasn't crying when you were calling me lying. Yeah, I be had this stick in the back of the car, that's a 10 nigga, yeah, that's a kill. I blew out this stick, I would say make a whisper, she just with you will. Don't get your head, he playing me like a mission. I promise you, everybody fail. The same niggas that you be with, they be snitching the rat, and I know I can tell. Yeah, this shit I was doing too, I swear to God. Yeah, ain't right shit, bitch, I don't need to. Never call her twice, I don't need you. I write y'all at night, I don't see you. Say you're tryna fight, don't wanna be you. To my nigga, you bitch ass nigga, I always be running. Walk on that boy, had a whole fucking honey. Don't know where to go, got a hoe out of London. You nigga keep folding that shit, I need funny. And know I'm not holding them back, I punch it. Know I'm a girl, the shit out of the jungle. Act like it older than put it young. You know I'm not biggie and I ain't too pie. You don't gotta figure out who the fuck shot you. They know I'm not beat or they block like you back. Don't know why they niggas be lying more fast. Now hop on that coupe, make the car and go fast. When I fuck on your boo, that's the one you go after. If you grabbing who, that's the cause of my life. I know I'ma shoot him whenever I capture. I just be smoking on dope, I'm doing this thing. I'm on your tail like a tank. Walking in bed with that fire, you know that I try. I'm already knowing you ain't. I'm starting to fucking get tired. You say you that guy, he won't even stay with the paint. High as fuck, I can fly, oh bitch, I can glide forever. I'm high as a crank. Any bitch try to come rob it, they die. He gon' be harder his eye. Me and this 4-5 body incline. These niggas phony, watch don't need time. Hanging on wrist, I don't sleep, I be fried. I do this shit all day, all night. I left the hoe, she was calling me crying. Said you wasn't crying when you were calling me lying. Yeah.
There's a lot of vegan time where you don't know what you have to do, though. There's a lot of vegan people who be telling me, Dorky, you cool, bro. Freaking, I don't even really know what the hell I'm about to say because I'm too slow. Freaking, you don't even really know it. Stop it. All right, so I feel like I'm always yelling to a certain extent. I feel like at first I was a little bit freaking scared, right? Because in that beginning, you would like, you never want to start something off. I'm like, no. Say some real word, you know what I'm saying? Like it was obviously just a little bit of an intro section, but in my opinion, that section you could have said, something to or whatnot, right? You could either started your verse there, you could have done a little bit of the pre-chorus, kind of freaking thing or whatnot to give people a little bit of a tease, of it, which I appreciate. I see that, man. You know what I'm saying? You got one as well, off well. We got two different skips that will be coming up. You will be the second one. Just give me a moment. But I appreciate on this record that you had a fairly decent mix. There was some clarity, you know what I'm saying, within there, and you did not keep it completely repetitive. There are certain artists who will get on tracks and they will basically do the same thing through the entire record. I never find that as impressive because who would? It becomes predictable. And we feel like we're going around in circles. Songs like that can drive people crazy. So if you can always put in your head that like variation, right? The only thing that you want to be consistent in and have any kind of repetition is going to be the chorus. But when you get into the verses, that's your chance to basically show people every 2 to 4 bars, what you could do to any individual record. And again, always think in terms that there are people who will only hear one of your songs in their entire lifetime. So if they have to only hear one, get as many of your damn styles on any record that you can so they can see what you can truly do. You think like Tech 9 is a good example of that, right? Because you know that he raps fast. You know that's how he gets in there. And every song that you hear from him, there's a chance for him to get in there and do that. He can even start a song off standard, a little bit slower or whatnot, but you just know at some point he's gonna get in there, rap really fast, you know what I'm saying, to show you what he can do or whatnot, right? When you have that consistency and people, you know, if people have only heard other people talk about you and you're finally getting to hear them for the first time or whatnot, like, you know, you're gonna get a good look at what that artist, you know, does or whatnot, right? And so consistency is key, yet also variation, I think, will always you know, help you with in there. What do you guys think? I know there will be some who are like, I'm alright, I'm cool, I
just need you to, can you please just go? We all eat pizza, so I make weird music. I got beats, so if you need them, PayPal me. You see me on the playground, just, yeah, I'm a dork, but I stay grounded. They call me in cause I stay clowned. You wanna stay down then?
Alright, this 2 song back to back is from Yoda. Could be potentially a beat and or a song. So we shall see. That's just stuck in my head now. Oh shit! There's a lot of freaking people who will talk shit but got no lips. I don't know what your chick is talking about because she got no booty at all, nor does she have no hips. I'm also up in the range. There's a lot of people who be telling me that I'm strange and I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do, know what I'm taking. And a lot of y'all freaking, you probably do not like bacon, but if you did, you would freaking be one of those freaking people that would tell you that, man, you should freaking dip in the toilet. I don't know if I saw a movie first before you, nigga, like would I spoil it? But freaking make sure that I wait for you to go see freaking that whole thing. Matter of fact, I open up a door with no key, and people also be wondering what happened to low key. I also like want to tell you I'm joking. All the things that I say, a lot of the games that you send me, you know I'ma play. I also want to tell you that I want to open the whole thing. I don't know what is happening, but know I'm away. Again, this is produced by somebody who's named Medusa. Freaking who would be able to look at you, bruh, and you turn to stone and you won't be able to say woosa. Ain't no way to calm you down. Yoda probably has the bombest sound when it comes to all the drums. And there's another artist who hear all of these beats and half of them are gonna go dumb. Doesn't feel like it should have ended like that. So, I mean, I think you still haven't necessarily extended this one, right? I think every time I hear this one, it's within that same context. A little bit of a 1 minute and 20 seconds. You guys already know where this review is going to go right into. And it's about the, you know, we know you could definitely do a lot more than that. I want to push you guys also as producers to think about the Pharrells, Timberlands, and who else would also get on the choruses? Well, think about specifically Pharrell, Timberland, and maybe like Swiss Beats, right? They're all 3 producers who, you know, would, you know what? Let me actually get on the chorus, right? Make a sort of, you know, song at least in form of that. And then again, the artist that hops on it, they can take on, you know, the verses. What that does is it allows you to dictate what the record, you know, would be about. And whether it's you or you, again, you get some backup singers to come in and go, we know, you know what I'm saying? They go in there and do a little kind of, you know, situation and shit. We know you. We know you come through. You know what I'm saying? Three or four ladies, you know what I'm saying, and a little bit of a Dr. Dre as kind of, you know, a choir, you know, things like that would be dope. Yes, AI is a thing. So there are producers who will use that and allow that to compile the thing. But I'm saying always think with the aspect of which way would make my beat or song go viral if I shot it visually, right? And if you're thinking, yo, you basically showing people you making the beat from scratch, right? You know, each sort of like element, then bringing in that choir to, you know what I'm saying, just sort of them practicing, trying to get it in, and then, you know, that final sort of thing that they do, and then just showing them how you can pull a record, you know, together like that would be dope. But obviously there's still more that still needs to be done from what we heard, because it stops. I still feel like there should have been more beat before it even remotely just like completely stopped. And what else? Yeah, if you have more, if you can think of more. Again, I am a producer, and so I'm always willing to collab with you guys on extra elements like that if you'd want or whatnot. Like just to pick my brain for other little melodies that I would potentially add on top when it just comes to some of the you know, even production elements or whatnot. I often like you guys to do what you're going to do, but right, it's nothing wrong with working with other, you know, producers, collabing, seeing what else they would sort of do. That's basically what Dr. Dre did do with Scott Storch and Timberland. Like, they both worked with Scott Storch on some of their most favored like melodies, because he's really good on piano. He's also been in the Roots as well. And so, but when you see him on the keys, like, he's, you know, amazing. So him basically coming up with the, you know, you know what I'm saying, and like figuring out those things, you know, and then pulling it all together is what is dope or whatnot. What up, Sigil? And this guy was like, facts. And so I use Logic. Yeah, Logic is Logic I've used. I no longer have a Mac, so I haven't been able to get back in there, but I made over like 300 beats in there, and they're still on my freaking MacBook hard drive. Do I have anything? I'm trying to see if I made a song to anything from my Logic set of beats, but I love the sounds that came stock in Logic probably more than anything. You know, Fruity Loops is okay. Fruity Loops is really good as a sequencer, and, you know, when you're doing, you know, certain things, but these stock sounds, you know, we're normally, you know, kind of notoriously ass, you know, a little bit. And like, at least the dry ones, right? You know, and if you figure out how to add, you know, good effects around things and filters and stuff, you probably possibly can make things better, design your own and stuff like that. But you know, do you have any questions about Logic, or what is your thought? What is your thought? That is another one. Dun, 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 dun. There's a lot of time where I really wanna rhyme, but I freaking can't. I feel like I am itching, like I am just laying on some freaking ants. I don't know what to do. Yo, mama don't know I'm cool. Yo, check it. Like, a lot of y'all are like laying down, and you better sit up, cause the next song I think we about to get from freaking Enigma, you wanna be able to say if you sent your beat to the show, it would be something that I would probably rip up. And I always like this beat, man, the freaking bass line, to make sure that your face shines, I guess, like in the sun, or maybe up in the future. Like, if you don't like this beat, my nigga, then I'ma shoot ya.
What a freaking water gun, a lot of y'all freaking come to that dorky review show so you can have a lot of fun going to the strip club, but you don't have a lot of ones, so you, I guess, gotta get big bills, and a lot of times you just wanna make sure freaking when you was a little kid on a big wheel, you would go fast. It's a lot of time when I freaking saw some chick with no ass. I don't even know if I have a freaking question, but I won't ask. And also, I'm doing this freaking show up my real face. Man, I have no mask, and I do this shit every day without no task. Here comes the switch up, and then we go right back to the beginning. Nope, this one is too long still. It's still too long. The next artist. Someone random. I'ma go freaking to a show and be like, all of y'all sitting down, man, someone stand up. You said sent it. Make sure that if you don't buy something that you at least rent it. People don't always think about things in the past that 50 Cent did. But what about the drama with 50 Cent's kid? I also about to buy 50 Cent ribs, cause them things probably taste nasty. And there's a lot of people who know that they can't ask me, can't pass me when they one straight pass or fake fast. I don't know if I even fight you at all, cause you ain't even in my weight class. Well, I mean, cause I'm kinda skinny and I always lose shit anytime I am not winning it. That's freaking obvious. I'm always on your track dropping shit. Popular freaking, you know I'm all in this, and all of y'all are rap for it for about 5 seconds and then you'll call it quits. Shout out to all of the artists who sending garbage, but they know make sure they make things that are wait, I don't know. Oh, you know what? Redman, I would love to hear Redman, Ludacris. I must feel like, should it be faster for, you know, either of them though? If it was Redman, Luda, Keith Murray. Here we go again. Here we go again. The beat's gonna repeat, so I'm on flow again. I don't know if you mad at me for knocking on your door, cause I've been here for an hour and I guess you ain't gonna open your door again. A lot of people freaking just want me to flow up in every single song and be real. They don't want me to freaking pretend that I'm about to beat you. Listen, if you like an MC, then I'm about to eat you. Left and right, you fucked up because you left the mic on the floor. I'ma pick it up and swing it around and hit you with this shit, nigga, like I am Thor. And then when it comes to these bars, I know you probably don't want no more. You said Styles P, that's a good take. A lot of times, man, you know what? I'll bake a good cake. When it comes to having the munchies, and all of y'all know that when it comes to MCs, like half of y'all are monks, and I don't even think that like half of y'all would jump me, cause I hop in every freaking tree like I am a monkey. And I know that I don't even really know if like you think that, man, this whole beat is funky. And I've never been a junkie, and I always wanna tell y'all that when it comes to your chicks, he probably wanna come and hump me. And I also wanna tell y'all that when it comes to these flows, you can't even see me at freaking all. Why would you come see? Stop acting like you comfy, sitting on the couch and shit. Freaking all your chickens about to run away from mouses. In my freaking house I sit down and shit. People are wondering why you got Down syndrome, but freaking there's a lot of y'all who know I'ma clown your shit. I'm still wondering how. He's gonna do it one more time. Ooh, Earl Sweatshirt. Again, you need those backup singers. Every like so often. Every so often, I carry things for no damn reason. I won't drop him. I can die and freaking just lay on the ground for hours. I won't be in no coffin.
Listen, any weed that you have freaking probably not real at all, because when people toke it, man, they not coughing either. Drop or breather. Alright, listen. I can rap to it forever. That's a good, listen, this is a good like practice beat just for an overall artist. You know, when it does come to like, you know, freestyles and stuff like that, I always prefer when artists get on a record and really write, because I feel like the best bars will always come in that way. But for any track where like artists are trying to like warm up, right, and just like kind of, you know, freshen up their freestyle in a way, like the beat is slow enough where you can kind of think in certain, you know, ways or whatnot. Griselda, you know, any of them would kill on something like that, both writing or you know, freestyling, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it just has an overall good vibe, like that when everything is, you know, basically going hand within itself, man. Again, all the artists that you guys named, including the ones, you know, I did, I feel like would definitely be a great, you know, catch for, you know, this production. Like I'm almost hoping that that's, you know, where it goes. But, you know, if you get this to, you know, I mean, I'm trying to figure out what he should do, you know, really, right? Like part of me is like, you know what? Why don't you put together a few ciphers? Right, put together a few ciphers with like artists, you know, even independently, that you just feel like, you know, do their thing, get each of them on sort of like each verse, and like curate a few like authentic, you know, ciphers in that way, and you know, see what happens, you know, from there or whatnot, right? If you're not gonna do that, then trying to sort of, you know, push that idea for some of the bigger ones that we talked about getting on there and doing their thing. Speeding it up, I think we let you hear what it sounded like a little bit with that as well. Because like Snoop Dogg would probably want it to be faster.
Yeah, Snoop D-O-double-G. I'm Snoop Dogg. Hanging with my nephew.
Ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like Snoop Dogg will probably want it, you know, somewhere in there in terms of speed or whatnot. So certain artists are gonna probably feel a little bit of a different speed. There was also, I think I brought up the option of changing the speed with each sort of section, right? So this is the first one. Right. Second section, when it sort of switches up and changes up, goes a little bit faster. Right, there's that. I think we talked about a little bit faster than that on the other. Right, as it just keeps going a little bit. You can change the tone too if you want with these. It's up to you. Right, like you can change it, you can do all kinds of stuff to really, you know, do things a little bit different or whatnot. My only real criticism though is that in between, I don't like how it sort of stops and restarts, right? Like this, it does that, and then you think it's gonna come back right before that happens, and you have this whole thing. You gotta wait, and now it comes back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I feel like that is just way too long. There's definitely something better that you can do in between it. Like, shoot, I would do the thing where you like reverse it. You know what I'm saying? Before I do what you did there, I would just like, okay, let me take about four bars and like reverse it, and then let it lead into the thing or something like that. You know, again, I want to really help you bring that one, you know, together and some of that. You said Snoop is crazy. Snoop Dogg, man. Again, Snoop Dogg. Listen, Snoop would feel that. Snoop would feel that. You know what I'm saying? If you're willing to let him get on there, do his thing.
I know diamonds are the things that you wish that you had, but homie, I'm playing old school games where it's all up for grabs. You know me.
is Real Enigma. Let's go.
Beautiful eyes, oh how they fit you lies. 1 to 5, when down on your path. You see hate, somehow they say it's fake. You see blood, oh they say glorious, so
That shit make you close your eyes, man.
send you to war, whether or not you
It's for my upcoming producer project. So 3 minutes and 59 seconds, right? Like you got past that mark and still made a good song. I always like to celebrate these things because there are artists who will make many of excuses and say that people don't like the longer records. The truth is, if you make a good song and you have a lot of resonance, you know what I'm saying, with how you're performing throughout the record, and the production has, you know, the change-ups that it needs, and the quality is there. Nobody is checking their watch and being like, all right, can the song hurry up and end? Like, no, they're gonna vibe with whatever you got going on if it feels like you are a real artist, right? You can tell the artists who just like rush in and out of whatever they're doing, and they're not necessarily, you know, caring about the content, and you know, like for them, they know the beat is dope, and so they just want to be able to say that they got on a specific beat, and you know, but not necessarily, you know, try to put the bars up to the same level or something like that. But this was just amazing all the way through. Every vocal, you know, you had some decent you know, effects on you know, certain parts within there. Felt like something that would be you know, kind of potentially on the radio and sync license on other things. It gave me a Caribbean kind of Sade kind of vibe, you know what I'm saying? There's like a lot of different artists that I could, you know, pull from and sort of mention in terms of, you know, the genres that they've been a part of. But you know, it's soothing, right? At one point I said, man, it just makes you close your eyes and kind of, you know, take it in a little bit or whatnot. That is the work of a great voice, right? Equally right along with whatever the production is doing or whatnot, right? But an artist, you guys are the ones that have that sort of power or whatnot. And I also want to point out the, you know, no auto-tune and you know, just a tremendous amount of effects and stuff like that. Like, there's nothing hiding the artist's actual ability to get in there and do the song or whatnot, right? When you do that, you give us the closest thing to what we can expect from potentially like a live performance, and you know, it makes people want to, you know, kind of get that ticket the next time you're talking about it and you happen to be in the area where that they can, you know, get to. But if you're not, if it's literally, you know, you got so many things, you know, going on within there with that you cannot replicate the record, you know, live properly, you know, those songs don't end up tending to be, you know, the best, you know, performance, you know, songs, and you know, you kind of fall flat. Hard Press had a 5 emojis, you know what I'm saying, on that. I'm saying, you said this is about children in Africa, you know what I'm saying, being kidnapped and made to take other villages and stuff like that. So that's what's up. See, real content as well, real content within them as well. And so that fits even more criteria, because the content will hit at a certain, you know, place or whatnot. As a song, it'll do certain things, but when you tap into that content, if the video even remotely, you know, matches up, I'm curious on if that you know, is sort of like touched upon like visually, or you know, where things go whatnot. It sort of like seems like something that would be a little bit of a half and half, but definitely something that I want to hear out there. So, well, good luck to that or whatnot. Did you just say thank you? Listen, while you saying thank you, you can send another song if you want. If you want to send a second one, as again, that's the amount for a skip, so it's up to you. I think people would be welcome to see what else you have in there. But yeah, let me know if you want to do that. Just go ahead and send it. We'll throw another skip in as well. But we'll jump into the free line right now first, just to make sure that we can take care of you guys.
Let me pick up free what freaking up and not freaking don't freaking know. People not freaking know where to freaking go. People don't freaking like even know if they freaking flow. You don't know what I'ma freaking do. Unbelievable. Truth. Johnny. What up? There's a lot of people in the world eating lots of cheese and beans and greens. Yo.
Everyone here says you're gone, but I still can't believe it. They want me to let it go, but I don't gotta reach. They say dancing in front of me. I know you could slide through every time my heart bleeds. Just to stay on tempo, I follow my heartbeat. God gon' watch my 6, I know the devil cannot hurt me. Keep a smile on my face, even though I was. But the fact that you not hear it cuts deep, and I know that's. I shouldn't have wished you well. Forget those wishing wells. Feel like they the reason it took a toll on my mental health. R.I.P. to the ones that's really feeling the same. There ain't no reason in this world why you should feel this way. I could've done better. Take a little trip in my mind, you'll see all these endeavors. Please take anything you need, give them one more chance. Without your touch, I never love again. I'm disconnected from the world, no, I can't let them in. Without you, I can't trust these people, I won't ever trust again. I don't wanna run it back, I don't wanna run it back.
I don't wanna run it back.
Yes, I'm disbanded now. Isolation's still my best friend, but I'm still standing now. I will try to get something. I try.
You know why that way you go.
If we take a step back, we see a new perspective. If we take a step back, we see a new perspective.
No, don't slow yourself down. Yo. I gave you a book, but didn't think that you read it. But people are freaking make sure that there are things you could freaking like make sure that you don't leak and stuff. People are freaking asking like what you doing on the weekend, bruh. Matter of fact, you know what? I always be saying that if you really low, you should be that one speaking up. You don't know if I really like him a dork and a geek and stuff, but I always like what it tell you that. Listen, I can go all day on this stuff. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Scubba-lubba-dubba-dubba-doo. Hold on, I'm still gonna add that that other amount to here. Overall, man, I like the melodies. You know, within it did have a good vibe. You know, it's 15 seconds short of, you know, that 3-minute sort of placement that I love. You know, and there's just a small amount more that I would, you know, want to this record, right? I would love a sort of like collab with you and another artist, potentially a female melodic artist or just a straight rapper, you know, kind of situation on there. That's just me though. And I like that production, man. If artists are gonna go do like that type of style, like that one, you know, has I think a little bit more, you know, play within that. And you know, hopefully it'd be something that you can you know, simply freshen up a little bit more. We got next up in the MIC, we got Reezy V in my bag.
It gets a whole lot better
as we continue.
I hopped on my bed, then I hopped on my feelings. I've been through some shit, I know that I need healing. Some say I need love, or say that I need distance. I got all I need, it's only you that's missing. Fucking all these hoes, I don't need no bitches. I know good will come, just gotta be persistent. I need a real one. Fuck that artificial shit, my love, I'm tryna feel some. Keep finding myself in the same place, I'm feeling real dumb. Every girl I speak to say they love me and they still run. Emotion shit, I feel none. Ever since I spoke to the streets, been tryna kill some. Yes, I got a broken heart, I'm always in the dark. I'm tryna see the light, why is every day a fight? When they take a leap of faith, now I'm no longer scared of heights. No longer scared of fall, already fell 1,000 times. I don't got a gym, the next man's light just so I can shine. Diamonds doing a Macarena, I'm making niggas blind. You try to dig up dirt, go and see what you can find. Bitch, I always been official, so don't fuck with me in mine. Hold on. Wait, baby girl, my bag is different. Gotta leave them lame ass niggas. Fucking me instead, I'm winning. All the beggars can't be choosers. Never had a bag, I'm picking. Been against the wall, give you my all until I had no giving. I was just a blur to you, but it meant everything to me. Cause when it's late at night, I close my eyes and try to rest, but I can't see, cause you're the one I see. I see you in my fucking dreams. I love you, can't you fucking see? Two things I want from you, love and honesty. Love and honesty. Love and honesty. Love and honesty. I hopped in my bed, then I hopped out my feelings. I've been through some shit, I know that I need healing. Some say I need love, or say that I need distance. I got all I need, it's only you that's missing. Fucking all these hoes, I don't need no bitches. I know good will come, just gotta be persistent.
I don't even really did it, I'ma get this. Did a lot of time when you don't know what to do. But I'm listening to all the freaking things that's on my mind and all the freaking time when I was over here freaking, I was whatever. What did y'all think about that?
Gotta read on lane, that's nigga. Because you first down, diamonds so can't leave a friend. I'm no longer a fan, as every day, that's a little real one. Fuck that.
So, on this song, you do get into the lower vocal spectrum when it comes to like octaves and stuff like that. It's not necessarily monotone. If you only stayed like completely down and you didn't have any variation, that's where it would, you know, be. So I do appreciate that you have like you show your ability to really get in there and still, you know, sing a bit or whatnot. I know you can rap and sing, and you know there are a lot of artists this era that do have sort of the best of both worlds, you know what I'm saying, kind of feeling and style. And so I appreciate, you know, what you're able to do and you know, getting in there. I don't remember what the time you know was. The beat hit hard. Hold on, let me see what that time was. 2 minutes and 23 seconds. So, you know what I'm saying, little bit shorter, nothing too crazy, but you are you know, still consistent with what you can do and stuff like that. I think I just want to continue to see, you know, more videos and stuff like that from you, what you're really able to do from there. Don't forget about harmonization as well. The harmonization with the higher and the lower tones together at some parts, not everything. That's what I want y'all to be able to do. We have Lil Kaya Would Never Let Up. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I've been praying for forever, Lord, please don't let me let up. Going through a lot of shit, you just gotta find a way to let all that shit out. I've been praying for forever, Lord, please don't let me let up. You just gonna let all that shit out then. I've been praying for forever, Lord, please don't let me let up. Yeah. I've been praying for forever, Lord, please don't let me let up. I've been working way too hard for me to really just give up. Every day's a fight to get up. My problems nothing but hiccups. I'm focused, no, I won't slip up. I promise that they won't get us. Got my family on the side of me, enemies trying to ride on me. Catch me if you really working on finding me. Chick took my heart, it was a robbery. I was down, but this defining me. Be 100, you shouldn't have lied to me. But they come and go like the days, but my nights long. I like to get high, chillin', vibe to the right songs. Alone, no snakes, no pythons. Cuddled up with a stranger, but see she ain't the right one. A rose still blooms even in its darkest moments. The grounds of that war, you survived, you better own it. That feeling that you hide, do not let them provoke it. And never repeat it if you cannot quote it. I've been praying for forever, Lord, please don't let me let up. I've been working way too hard for me to really just give up. Every day's a fight to get up. My problems nothing but hiccups. I'm focused, no, I won't slip up. I promise that they won't get us. Never let the worst get the best of me. Mama, I can feel you running next to me. I had moments where I was thinking less of me, letting the unimportant start stressing me. Say, but now I finally got the message. I know where I'm finally headed. Glad this pain is finally ending. Been through enough, don't regret it. I just need to relocate. See me a different setting for way too long. Lord, I swear I've been taken for granted. And through this music is how I'ma tell my story. I'm hard with the raps and even harder with the poetry. I let you in on a deeper level, annoying me. Funny how people never return the same loyalty. It's real when they
they say you gotta put in tears. In that pain, I damn sure put in my time of years. I'm turning heartless, but I'm also running out of fears. Sending this up to my angels, I'm praying that you hear. I need this, I'm at my lowest. I'm praying, fighting, and hoping. For way too long, I've been moping and arguing with my closest. It's happening, I'm about to blow. Told Aubrey, look, you know it's time for us to go. I've been had dreams of all three of us on the road. I've been praying for forever, Lord, please don't let me let up. I've been working way too hard for me to really just give up. Every day's a fight to get up. My problem's nothing but hiccups. I'm focused, no, I won't slip up. I promise that they won't get us. Got my family on the side of me, enemies trying to ride on me. Catch me if you really working on finding me. Chick took my heart, it was a robbery. I was down, but this the fun of me. Be a honey, you shouldn't have lied to me. Hey, hey, shouldn't have lied to me, no. Hey, that pain, that shit. Shouldn't have lied to me, no.
Shouldn't have lied to me, no. Shouldn't have lied to me, no. Just kidding. I always jump in people's shit. 3 minutes and 7 seconds, thank you. That chorus is catchy, that beat is hard. You know, I think you rap dope as well as, you know, think of decent melodies when you're getting into, you know, that style or whatnot. Like, you know, you're very confident with it. Not having to, of course, as we just said, like even with the last record, you know, not being relegated to like just kind of using, you know, auto-tune and making that be the crux of the sound that people are hearing. Again, it just allows them to connect with you a little bit more. And I definitely want to hear more from you and so with that. I like the voice that you of course had, what you're able to do when you're getting in there. So keep up that you know what I'm saying, vibe, good style, you know what I'm saying, as well. Give your thoughts in the chat. 1 to 10, and your feedback is like that one, fellas. As we continue, welcome to That Dorky Review Show.
Be sure to send your music and beats over to ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com.
We can't hear what you saying.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't talking about nothing.
Yeah.
We can't hear what you saying.
Yeah.
Let's talk about money. I
Yeah.
said we can't hear what you saying. Y'all ain't talking about nothing.
Y'all ain't talking about nothing.
Y'all ain't talking about
Y'all
nothing.
ain't talking about
Y'all
nothing.
ain't talking about nothing.
Say
We got no fucks to give to you.
Yeah.
We got no fucks to give to you.
Yeah.
We got no fucks to give to you. Y'all ain't talking about
Y'all
nothing.
ain't talking about
Y'all
nothing.
ain't talking about
Y'all
nothing.
ain't talking about nothing. No fucks given. I ain't had no luck with it. No love missing if it come with a limit. They try and put you in a box when you gift it. Put tender love and care in all of my decisions. If I lose my left eye, I still have Betty vision. Might have to rewind back, some of y'all won't get it. Kinda pressed for time here, but I still listen. Talk good to me, please talk good to me. Promises don't mean what they should to me. Like Pippin trying to pass you the bullshit. That'll put a Jordan meme on a good nigga. Yeah, I'm recording with a chord figures. Nothing wrong with Hondas, but mama deserve more, nigga. Talking about the dollars, then it better make sense. If you talking out your ass, I ain't trying to hear shit.
We can't hear what you saying.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't talking about nothing.
Yeah.
We can't hear what you saying.
Yeah.
Let's talk about money. I
Yeah.
said we can't hear what you saying. Y'all ain't talking about nothing.
Y'all ain't talking about nothing.
Y'all ain't talking about nothing.
Y'all ain't talking about
Y'all
nothing.
ain't talking about nothing.
Say
We got
no fucks to give to you.
Yeah. We got no fucks to give.
You got no fucks to give. Make sure I hit that like button.
Y'all ain't talking about
Y'all ain't talking about
Y'all
nothing.
ain't talking about
Y'all ain't talking about nothing. I got no fucks to waste, no fucks to waste. She dick kiss you pretty though. Dick let your bricks in my face like mace. Don't
My bad.
wanna see it unless it's a bad boy video. Yeah. Playing, y'all playing. All my real ones get money, y'all playing. And we all faded. Standing on the table like goddamn we made it. Goddamn we made it. Yeah. Had to paint the scene for you. Speak it in existence. Been dreaming about the beamer with the ceiling non-existent. Willie beaming, dad, your Sunday is any given.
time. Moment coming up short. My pops feel like Phil Drummond or Phil Jackson. To my nicks and scratches on my path to 23 foreigns and 8 mansions. Lord, I'm just stunting on them. Why the ones in the back always fronting on you? Lord, we ain't trying to hear that. You set the bar, how we trying to clear that? Whatever's below heaven, man, I'm near that. Living with no worries like a hog in a meerkat. I zone out and peel my ears back. Leave a message, and if you don't hear back,
we can't hear what you say. Y'all ain't talking about nothing. We can't hear what you say. Y'all talking about money.
Okay.
Y'all ain't talking about nothing. 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 We got no fucks. To you, we got no.
All the lame ones take care.
Yeah. To you, we got no.
Take that bullshit elsewhere.
To give and cut. Y'all ain't talking about nothing. Y'all ain't talking about nothing. Y'all ain't talking about nothing.
All right. I like that. Another record that is, of course, 3 minutes and 43 seconds, right? So you got over the cuts. I appreciate that, right? There's a catchy chorus within there. Obviously, I would assume that you'd have to get a clean version of this record, and I wonder what that one sounds like for it to hit that radio. But this one feels like a good anthem, right? And I absolutely just love whoever you had got on the chorus to take that on, and you would want them to be a part of that live performance freaking too or whatnot, if it was possible for you to sort of bring that in. I think that would help the virility of the record, potentially, but also a proper video. I'm hoping that you do have something like that to it, so so people, because it feels like something that would be out there, and I'm saying, real, everybody loves a good anthem that they can sort of sing, with everybody, so make it happen. All right, as we proceed back in the line again, phase 1, LSX, drop beers, Bolow somehow. Funny me doesn't know this girl. What's up?
I don't know why you know that.
Turn that down. Guys, there's so much going on. Okay, this is where it's dope. The top rap when if you can go and big and we're breaking stereo and make it stereo and make it stereo and make it the bacon and definitely freaking would get on this shit and rapping like a lot of freaking time when you freaking spitting, you capping, you don't even know what happened. All of the times I always like wanted to like look you in the freaking face and then slap you, but after that, freaking there's people who go around. You listening to this song, you probably do like the sound right here, but over the whole shit, freaking I don't know if you gonna throw the whole artist and wreck it over the ocean. No, I really need lotion, cause when I am so ashy, I don't even really know if like people think that I'm classy. I'm always asking about all of the shit that you about to tell me, like where the hell I'm about to like go, but this beat is smelling like See, like that part? That part, sir? Anytime it switches to like a dubstep section, I like. You said sounds like the dopest anime is coming on, right? Right? I can see that.
There's a lot of times where I get lost my mind.
Yeah, mama knows I'm You need that like Linkin Park like chorus on there.
Don't get it. A lot of time when I pick and write something, but I don't spit it. Also, I wouldn't be able to say that I could like sit on and lay on 3 tables and just go to sleep. Also, back in the days, I listened to Boys to Men and Go to See, and
like, what are you doing?
There's a lot of times where your mama don't know what the hell she gon' do.
We got the right spot.
Listening to these records and figuring out which one that. Listening to these records and figuring out which one that. The changes. Really don't really like the things like you saying. There's a lot of freaking people who freaking go hide away, and I don't know what the hell that I'm about to go. Super Saiyan, you were saying, freaking you don't even know it's paying. Could this pain and you could say this, you could say this, you could say this, you could say this.
What up, Hunter?
It's so different now. Know that when it comes to the shit, man, I'm gon' give it. I'ma be up in your TikTok and I'm gon' give shit and know that I don't know what to do, but I've been doing this shit with no issues. Freaking your chick, she gon' kiss you, and if she don't like you at all, homie, she gon' diss you. And I'm about to make sure if you cry that I'ma make sure I take everything inside of your house, you'll have no tissue.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Alright, listen, a little bit of a cheat code though, cause I did have to cut it down. I don't often do that for barely anyone on the show or whatnot, right? Because in my opinion, the point is always to like see where your records lie currently and what needs to be fixed, you know, from there or whatnot, right? If we basically adjust for you and then just really talk about how good something is, that doesn't help you or make you want to go back into the mix and, you know, do anything else. But again, I did have to cut it down maybe about 60% just to really be able to hear it, because it started off at a very extremely loud place. Now, I always want to remind artists and producers that we do want to, when we like stuff, we will turn something up and crank it up to, you know, a loud, you know, sort of point or whatnot, right? But there's a limit. There's always a limit to where like how high something should freaking go. And you wanna basically compare your records to other records out there, often in the same genre, not indie wise, but like professionally and stuff like that. Put it right next to other records in that dubstep genre, and just make sure that the mixes line up, right? If all of a sudden when yours comes on, it's way more distorted, way louder, you know, there's a little bit more that you got to go to do. You know, you just got to make sure you master that in there. But a lot of this beat structure wise is proper, man. I really think that even with no artists, that there are artists who would want to sort of like hit that up. For us rappers, man, I do feel like there's an unofficial connection to the dubstep, you know, stuff, right? Whenever those sections come up, it's always dope. It's the easiest thing for us to get in there and rap to, because we can go, you know, either fast or you know, kind of a little bit, you know, slow and still, you know, do something decent or whatnot. But yeah, man, Honey George said the beat goes hard, man. I was saying, but when it first started, oh, I forgot about the rock sections too. And I like that aspect. And man, can you imagine a live performance with all these elements basically being brought to reality, right? Where it starts off with like a live band and they're like really up there playing, and then it goes from that into a more digital sort of dubstep. Like if you mix and blend things, that sort of, you know, adds like the best of, you know, both worlds at once. You were to add an artist into that mix as well, man, like, you know, you never know what kind of doors you could pretty much, you know, open for that. What did you guys think about that? Give your 1 to 10. You know, feedback is, of course, welcome. Hit that like and share button as we proceed to give you what you need. We make sure that I can jump back into back into the pre-flop, back into the pre-flop, back into the pre-flop, back into fucking. What time is it too? Because I gotta get off at a certain time. Gotta get off at a certain time to make sure my girl gets home. Let me go into the next one in Z Free and go in through here. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. What'd you see? Baby. 7K with round.
5 de la mañana.
5 de la mañana. What'd you say? Probably press with a 7 on that. Right.
5 de la mañana. 5 de la mañana.
She's in my head now.
Money made the world go round. 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 Money made the world go crazy. Money made the world switch lanes. If I related to none of you niggas, I'll be okay. But I've been feeling the same with revenue in my face. I need to go on a mission to make me a couple K's. They need me to lead the way, and my intention is breaking in banks and opening safes. Like double fences, I need you to stay very far away. You know I'm not with the arguing today. I don't have no real friends, I can never be betrayed. Tell the biggest CEO I got a bullet with your name on. That foundation got you walking with a cape on. We heard a message that you say under the spotlight. I can't connect it to your actions, we debate on. Lay in the back rooms and singing the same song. Looking at you, I just need a steak, dog. This a final destination like I'm James Wong, but it's all good. One day I'ma get money like Taylor Swift. Run the torches to stack up another bill. I could limit the pain that my niggas feel. I could show them a life fulfilled. Maybe I lose a bill and get it back like Kanye. I know I wouldn't give a damn what niggas say. They might think I have a madness in the brain, but they won't recognize the sadness in my face. But money made the world go round. 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 Money made the world go.
Money make the world go. There's a time when you know it, man, the world's slow and it needs to catch up. A lot of times I would throw a frisbee to my dog, but it wouldn't even fetch stuff. People also wanna like Tay that if you up in the class and you ain't paying attention, we'll learn the lesson. I'll also be telling y'all freaking if you ain't got no legs, you won't be stepping freaking up in the whole shit. Matter of fact, I won't be swimming anywhere in the ocean if I ain't got no arms, cause no friends have ever taught me to do so. Freaking I don't know. Okay, whatever. Like that. What did you guys think about that? All right, so it almost was gonna be a little bit freaking loud as you know it came in or whatnot. Not necessarily the same amount of loudness that the last one potentially you know had before I had cut it down. This one didn't necessarily make me feel like I needed to do all the cutting down, but I did like all the elements you know within. You have the right energy for this type of record. Feels like something that would be out. It is catchy. And I believe I heard a song from you either like yesterday or something like that you know was equally as catchy. You're good at getting into these you know type of records that people can get in there, sing along with, and feel like are something real out there, right? Like this is just short of being a Lupe Fiasco featuring J. Cole, you know, kind of record or whatnot, right? Like I think we could equally picture both of them on this song, and you kind of embody them a little bit, you know, to an extent. Yeah, but 2 minutes and 31 seconds of record, so there's always gonna be a little bit more time that you can spend with in there. Talking in a few, just walking in the door, just been vibing. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. I was just trying to make sure if you were gonna do it, so I could you know make y'all, man. Yeah, I'll be your boss. I'll be your boss, but like you know what I'm saying, y'all gotta be in there.
Bro, it's 2 in the morning, fell asleep and I'm yawning. Waking up on the lawn, I'm seeing blue and orange. People follow me to school and copy me until I stopped and put my music on. I'm just crawling like a zombie, gnawing on a Nazi, probably in his uniform. Born identity, homie, you've been warned. My brain is soaring like a unicorn.
Alright.
Nonsense, insert mic, this song's gonna burn like some hot sauce from hot ones in your eyes. Birdman will talk to an actual bird like I'm gonna chew through this beat like a termite. Don't make me put you where actual worms lie. Don't like my old shit, I'm thinking you were high. Like me when I'm looking down at a bird's eye view. When I'm cool, better act like you surprised. Head to McDonald's, I'm about to steal your fries. Standing out.
Alright, mommy, do you have a piece of cheese versus squeezed with bosom juice yet?
She's like, what are you talking about? Bosom juice? Bosom juice, bro? Bosom juice? Bosom juice? Bosom juice? Yeah, bosom juice.
The new song, Bosom Juice by Jupiter.
All right, let me get back into the overall feed line, man. You already know what it is, man. 1 to 10, any and all feedback is welcome. You guys always want to get in there and do your things. We got passive with revolutions. Let's see what you get. Back up in the feed line, freaking don't worry, man. It's always actually gonna be fun. I need some ice.
Boy, it be tough at times when I wake up from my slumber to remember who I was before this life did a number on me. Liquor poured, make my mornings more sore, but I'm sure that the man I was before would be proud of me. Although he doubted me, helped me get a lot of the fucking bullshit about of me. Expressing these emotions in accordance with the Calvary. They crucified a God who only operated properly. Modern day monotony, my troubles are a mockery. Venom in my veins, it be hard as hell to tell the devil stop calling my name. Cause it feels so good, but it be so wrong. If you could only know the state of mind I'm in writing these songs, you would probably tell me stop it, I've been saying it all along. Edgar Allan Poe, for all I know, wrote the Bible, the telltale heart. I'm shallow, my shell is hollow, I probably won't even pretend to remember tomorrow.
Favorite song on the radio, how long have I been gone? Baby, it's raining, puddles on the pavement, I'm wishing I would've known.
Would've known.
How it all feels right now,
feels right now. Wishing I would've known how it all feels right now. How it all feels right now. Wishing I would've known. Playing my favorite song on the radio. How long have I been gone? Baby, it's raining, puddles on the pavement. I'm wishing I would've known. I wish I would've known how it all feels right now. How it all feels right now. Wishing I would've known how it all feels right now. How it all feels right now. Wishing I would've known. Why you keep half-stepping? Why when they ask questions, you second-guess connections and lessen your acceptance? When did you fail to reason? That lack of goal achievement, complacent, mediocre. You've grown opposed to reaching your trials and tribulations. What new excuse you making? How come you blame the system, but really you're mistaken? Why you don't call your mama? Why you stay locked inside? How come your intuition get muzzled by your pride? Mondays like deja vu. Truly, I hate you too. You search your soul for better. Your flesh, your head refuse. You stagnant, muddy water. You fragments of your father. Get clouded by decisions. Not thinking about your daughters. You fake, you mostly basic. That bitch and you embrace it. For sake of switching places. A mirror couldn't face it. How come your tears ain't falling? Why you so self-absorbing? When did you come to terms with being such a disappointment? Playing my favorite song on the radio. How long have I been gone? Baby, it's raining, puddles on the pavement. I'm wishing I would've known how it all feels right now. How it all feels right now. Wishing I would've known how it all feels right now. How it all feels right now. Wishing I would've known. Playing my favorite song on the radio. How long have I been gone? Baby, it's raining, puddles on the pavement. I'm wishing I would've known. I wish I would've known how it all feels right now. How it all feels right now. Wishing I would've known how it all feels right now. How it all feels right now. Wishing I would've known.
The fuck kind of end. Real artist shit. I always love to remind y'all just how important it is to basically, you know, sound like a real artist, right? There's the indie artist sort of, you know, and like there's the in-between, right? Where there's someone who you can tell is indie, but they are still uber talented to where they sound like they should be in the industry, right? Basically, if your song can sound naturally good right next to any of the artists that we already listened to, right? The artists that I mentioned, that J. Cole, Kendrick, freaking, you know, Jay, like whoever, if we can listen to y'all stuff right next to it without it feeling like, what is that? Why that doesn't belong there? Like we can tell the songs that sound a little bit closer to like amateur and still, you know, that need that work or whatnot. So but this one falls, I think, under a really good you know, overall feeling and sound. That chorus is catchy. Again, right along with the last one, we can put that on records with some of the industry artists, so it's good. And Private Press had a figure they own that. Nice melody and bars, I agree 100%. Scout also, fire emojis, I can see you having something to do with figuring that as well. Real sent the other actual skip, so we'll go ahead and put that in and throw your thing in. Hold up.
I know diamonds are the things that you wish that you had, but homie, I'm playing old school games where it's all up for grabs. You know me. I love gold. I love gold. I got a big stick of gold where my thing used to be, just because.
All the time when you figure on the
yeah, this was the one. Yeah, we already had added it, so we're at 35 with that. And this one is Sequence, Hopeless Romantic. Hold on. And you said featuring Eha.
Cross my heart.
Is there like a different way to say? Skips are saved from being cut as well.
I pour into your love, but it don't mean nothing. I drown to make you float, but it don't mean nothing. Hey. Oh bless her, oh bless her, oh bless her, mighty, oh bless her, mighty, oh bless her. I guess you never understand until you walk away. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Oh bless her, oh bless her, oh bless her. Oh, so I take in my power. I know I love you again. No, I have been missing it. So I'm taking my power. I know I love you again. No, I have been missing it.
Man, her voice.
Press my heart, I cannot fall again. But you show me, I no fit explain. Looking forward to the lonely night. Cause I'm gonna keep myself. Press my heart, I cannot love again. But you show me, I no fit explain. Looking forward to the lonely nights. Cause I can't go and kill myself. So I'm taking my power. I know I love you again. I have been missing it. Hey,
hey,
hey, hey. So I'm taking my power. I know I love you again. I have been missing it. Oh, hey, 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 hey. Hopeless romantic, hopeless, hopeless, oh. Hopeless romantic, hopeless, hopeless, oh. Hopeless romantic, hopeless, hopeless, oh. Hopeless romantic, hopeless, hopeless, oh.
You don't know where that you gon' go. There's another time when I'm just wanting to freaking chill, but my mama like want me to go up to the store. When I'm like, you know what? I don't even really know what I freaking do, but you know what? I am sitting freaking down. There's a lot of time when I'm up in the freaking thing and I want to get something to drink up in the kitchen, but I don't even know what the hell is happening and everything. All right, so first and foremost, once again, like to be able to get in there with the proper, you know, just overall, you know, vocals, and you know, when we think about live performances, right, we always imagine, you know, all the instruments being, you know, played by, you know, real artists, real you know, singers, just having the experience, right? Like if you were signed, that's what they would do for you. They would not have you going out there with just like the instrumental or something like that, right? So they'd have to bring it to life, and just take inspiration from the Tiny Desk scenarios, right? Anytime that you guys you know, kind of watch, let me make sure that we're good with that. Anytime you watch a Tiny Desk, you know, performance, right, like they have a lot of live elements, real instruments that are there. It just brings something different to any other performance that we would do. It's like if we're doing it to the instrumental or even our record with the vocals on it, it feels like we're doing a talent show, you know what I'm saying? Just like a high school a talent show, or even karaoke, right? But if like, okay, let's say we have the harmonization, because we heard some harmonization in there on certain right, and there's certain notes that are going within there, like actually having the other singers to back her up in that way and do those other tones, like those things matter, even if it's just for that, right? You know what I'm saying? Because we see the amount of work that you're willing to do, what you're willing to do, and go in there, you know, with a song. You know, this and the other one pretty much have definitely, you know, saying a good chance to sort of be out there and do something. In terms of the topic with this one, you know, what would you accumulate this one to a little bit? You said that this is an exclusive and it's not out yet. So this one is not out there yet. I was actually looking for where to get that as well. But my friend, alright, let me stop it. Big salute. Shout out to everybody freaking tapped in. Oh, also that was about 3 minutes and 27 seconds. Y'all know the drill. We want you guys to appreciate every time when you guys have a record that, you know, that, so again, can exist and not make you look at your watch like, damn, how long is this song? That only happens, I will give you the secret, it only happens when and if your record is, or what you're doing on the record is boring, if it's repetitive, if you're not really impressing in any way, you know, the listener kind of puts you in the background, essentially. You know, like the beat is dope and somewhat what you're doing is okay, you know, your background music. That means your song can be on while we just chilling in the car, maybe we're at a function or something like that, but we are not going up to the DJ and asking them whose song it is. We are not like we talking over the song while it's still on the radio and stuff like that. But if you have something good, immediately everybody, I think, pays attention and you know, kind of sits in and experiences the song in a very, you know what I'm saying, intimate way or whatnot. And that was a fun exclusive. That's what's up. Hold on, why won't this thing? Oh, I gotta hit. Nope, never mind. No, why is it? Get over here. Oh, there we go.
I was like, where's the button?
All right, can we jump back into the free line? Let me see, because everybody knows you have a SoundCloud you would like us to play, and we shall oblige. What is this? Lost Moon is the name of the song. I mean, you could have put, you didn't even put.
Booking.com has stays for absolutely anyone.
Tyler,
for instance, imagine you're a vampire thirsting for
I
a livelihood.
don't imagine that, Tyler. You would imagine you are a vampire. What up, y'all? 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 Okay, let me see. I like the beat so far.
Just a lost moon orbiting, dizzy from spinning, closing in, running out of velocity. An offbeat revolution without any rhythm. An insignificant speck polluting the solar system. Dancing alone in the darkness. Its surface shifting, emerging fishes. The ugliest elliptical mole on the dance floor. The beautiful planets watch with scorn.
It's gonna be
it was gone. Too rough to reflect any light back.
Crazy thing is, I haven't even heard all of Jizza's shit. And it's just
other worlds, and too small to attract with any gravitational pull. Alone, it just exists without any evident purpose. Worthless, just a surface for asteroids to impact on their journey. Hurting.
Give me some more questions like that. I like that.
They deserving craters from those endless days of unrelenting wreckage, scooped out to the depths of brain cells and blood vessels. A sea of misery, a stepping stone for the beautiful to get home. The tranquility was left on the footsteps of milestones. Victories for the ones with assurance to damage. Banners in the rafters displaying their answers, calculated with the precision of a computer programmer. But I got a syntax error trying to fit in, so I stick to my stanzas. Eclipse any chance to be accepted with the planets. A pebble that fell off the boulder, kicking rocks down the shadows.
And acid. A lot of times I want to be able to say, freaking, what would you do if you fell down a whole glass pit? A lot of times, like, people are freaking somehow figuring out ways where they can, like, go drink acid. There's a lot of times when you don't know my mind. So I like the beat. Somewhat your energy, how you rapped, probably, you know, felt like it needed a little bit, you know, more work, just in terms of, you know, I always say, you know, it is what and how we say it, right? Like, we can have a point that we're trying to get across, you know, about talking about very specific stuff, but I do feel like, you know, the word placement and where you rhyme certain things will dictate whether or not we simply listened to you, right? We listen to you, we bob our head mainly to the beat, but we kind of see where you're going, and then, you know, it's over, but we don't repeat what you're saying, right? We don't go home and, like, just start rapping your acapella, you know, just because or whatnot, because it doesn't have that kind of structure. That is why I find it important to have a pattern of where you're going to actually, you know, rhyme on and within the beat, and the equation of, you know, telling whatever story that you want as well, right? The sort of middle ground is extremely important. Otherwise, we're just not necessarily wasting space, but, like, you know what I'm saying? That people will say, like, it feels like we're talking on a beat, and you know, just kind of not doing enough for the most part. What do you say? Let me see. 5-hour road trip, Jizza, Young Thug, you know what I'm saying? If I'm working out. Let me see. And he said, don't sleep on Jeff and shit like that. Listen, man, I go with who potentially has the majority of stuff that I've liked more, right? And I haven't heard too many songs from Young Thug that I've really resonated with in that way where I've liked it. So again, for me, it's at least based on just, again, I have a lack of knowing what would be my favorite records, you know what I'm saying, more or less or whatnot. But I know what I've heard, I've usually been, you know what I'm saying, most inbound or whatnot. But Jizza and RZA's beats, and, you know, that Wu-Tang, you know, sort of style and sound, you know, always getting back to something, you know, nostalgic, you know, he always goes in there. I mean, it's a odd pair up in the first place, right? It's an odd pair up in the first place, though. So, I mean, I don't know. What do you say? Top 5 greatest white rappers of all time, man. You gonna have me trying to think? You gonna have me trying to think? Well, first is always gonna be M. You know what I'm saying? I think M paved his way. You know, paved his way. Every lyric, every song, you know, he got to where he was because he stayed consistent with that. I don't feel like he ever became like mainstream to a certain extent, right? Like I feel like he's always been hip hop. When he has conversations, when he has interviews, he's talking about hip hop. He's reciting Rakim and classic, you know, artists from the 90s and just when he was growing up. He has a respect for the culture like no other, right? So he definitely goes up there. Beastie Boys, you know, are, you know, classic, and, you know, I have to throw them in even though they're a group, because they were able to blend many different genres, you know what I'm saying, in addition to hip hop, with the style that they have or whatnot. But it was like if Run DMC, you know, kind of were a little bit more wild with what they talked about and how they rapped. It's like they would have been, you know, Beastie Boys and shit like that. But they've
they've had things, you know what I'm saying, for ages. We're able to switch genres as well and do something decent. Shoot, I mean, I would have counted Logic, but he's half black too, so he's half and half. He's half and half. And I mean, all right, if we have the race floors, like who'd be able to claim Logic? I feel like we'd claim him. We'd claim him because, you know, like, I don't know, man. That's a hard question right there. There are some indie artists though too. There are some indie artists though too that I don't want to sleep on. But if we have to go with just more mainstream, man, I need a list to look at some things or whatnot. Some people would put like Paul Wall on there. Action Bronson. Can I put Action Bronson on there? I like Action. Hold on. What do you say? M Action. Yeah. Okay. So you put Action on there. Oh, and Mac. There we go. There we go then. There we go. You have the thing. I put Beastie Boys. I'll take M Action and Mac Miller. And that's a good one. So above that we had M, DJ Surge, Mac Miller, Beastie Boys, and Icarus. Man, that's a good one. And then what he said, wow, you got Beastie Boys over MC8 and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, like, look, I go with what I had really been potentially exposed to more. There were certain artists that through history would come out and then like we know who they were and stuff like that, but we may just peep like a single or something like that, right? And then there were those who you go in and they make you want to like check out the album. Certain artists were like that for me. And then also at a younger age, there were a lot of artists who came out that I knew the songs but not the artist. Like I didn't even know the name of, you know what I'm saying, who they were, you know what I'm saying, when they first came out, but I would recognize, you know, a song, and it was sort of like a little bit of a half and half. But the ones that sort of like make that impact on you respecting artists within that criteria or whatnot, right? Like if we go to you know, Latino, Mexican, you know what I'm saying, Puerto Rican, you know, we think about Big Pun, Fat Joe. You know, I know there are some other ones within that I don't necessarily associate their heritage sort of like with it outside of that, but they were the ones that I remembered as well. What do you say? Do you have a call in number or something like that? I always tried to figure out whether or not I was going to use Discord or Telegram, right? Because I have a Telegram messenger app where I can create a room for the show where if I invite you to that, you know, you can, and I got to see like what happens, like if it cuts off the thing, or like people can leave audio sort of messages or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Get in there and you know, talk your thing. I hit play, see what you said or whatnot. We can try stuff like that. Like it would be dope. Honorable mention, Milkbone. Oh damn, freaking Milkbone, man. Let me see what else. I mean, Bubba Sparks. I was gonna say Bubba Sparks as well or whatnot, but what is, and then Asher Roth, Lil Dicky. Come on, man. How I forget Lil Dicky? Lil Dicky. You know, I feel like came out and had his own brand of rap, right? Because he blended that like Curb Your Enthusiasm, that Seinfeld kind of humor with you know, with raps or whatnot. And you know, I hadn't really heard an artist, you know, do that in terms of trying to make sure that you bring something fresh into the industry. You know, I've always appreciated that about, you know, him. And, you know, I feel like he definitely has grown over time. I still want to see what he's, you know, able to continue to do, and I'm proud of him for basically doing what he set out to do. He literally said that, you know, his real goal was to do something like Dave, right, the show, where he was still able to do music, but then he was also able to sort of make a, you know, Curb Your Enthusiasm, like, you know, kind of show or whatnot. So it's equally that, and you can have, you know, music. He has artists that were like celebrities that, you know, were fans of the show that then asked to pop up. Like, that's the dream right there, just to be able to bring your thing to freaking life or whatnot. What up y'all? Yeah, he's moved to acting, you know what I'm saying, real heavy or whatnot. Is that a transition that any of you guys would be welcome to at all? Like, what is your goal as either an artist or a producer or anything like? Do you guys prefer to stay just, you know, let me just be the artist, producer, you know, do everything, have the merch, go out there, you know, promote, you know, do shows, you know, and you just live that straight up artist life? Or do you want to jump eventually into, you know, acting on, you know, TV show, movie, you know, maybe even like be a voiceover, you know, kind of artist or person in a video game or something like that. And on top of that, you know, do you end up, would you be that much of an actor where you'd only want to play different roles? Like, if they cast you as an artist, you'd be like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to basically play yourself. You want to test your actual skills or whatnot, right? You know what I'm saying? Let me be a killer in a movie, or, you know what I'm saying, just something different. You know, where would you guys go? You said, wait, Lil Dicky reminded me of a rapping Weird Al Yankovic and stuff like that. Yeah, but like a little bit doper because he actually can rap or whatnot, right? I don't know if we've heard Weird Al like really rap, right? Because a lot of what he's done has had blueprints to it. All he has to do is change the word to, you know, each record and sort of make the thing, you know, still be something, you know, funny and somehow a bit slightly cohesive. Not really, but anyways, all right, let me see what we got. Let me figure what we got and shit. Freaking, there's a lot of freaking people who have got shot and shit. Let me make sure that this is, I think we got a skip. I think we got a skip in the line from Jay. Mr. J. Mr. J, let me ask y'all a question. Deadpool or Harley Quinn? I don't know what. I don't know what for. I don't know if we're saying who would win, who's a better character and shit like that. I guess if you had to eliminate and keep one, that's not even fair, man. Because honestly, I want a comic book with them both in it. So I almost want to disqualify my question. I want to use that. Can't forget search for Everlast. Oh, man. Man, listen. Okay, I'm going to have to look at more lists. Wait. Okay, let me activate it first. We gotta activate it, man.
I know diamonds are the things that you wish that you had, but homie, I'm playing old school games where it's all up for grabs. You know me. I love gold. I got a big stick of gold where my thing used to be just because.
You may love gold, and a lot of people freaking love new music and shit, but you may love old, which is why we go into the whole shit freaking matter.
Let me actually put the thing in voice. Alright, Jay with Refi. Enjoy.
How what goes me on chop? Y'all niggas selling counterfeit. I take it so loud, this that demon shit. Then we roll out after we hit that lead. 8 grams smoking on that reefer. And it's our pillow E4. 12 bumping on my songs on the speaker. Or something telling me that she is not a keeper. Yeah.
That's it, he just leaves. Who is that? There's a lot
the times, I don't even know if you could hear what's on my mind. I don't even know if like you think I'm on a grind and shit. There's a lot of times you get up on the record, but you can't think of none of the words, but you gotta find this shit.
Big girl smoking on that reefer, and it's all a pillow E4. 12 bumping on my songs on a speaker, or something telling me that she is not a keeper.
I'm clapping by default. But I will ask you what it was, right? Because it was kind of a lot of things that I you know, critique harshly, you know what I'm saying, on the show. Like, let's go with the first one. First one is song length, right? It is only about 57.7 seconds. These are snippets. They are tastes of what you can do as an artist. You want to truly, every song that you have, act like it's your first and last song, right? Something that if people were to only hear one thing from you, they'll be satisfied, yet also know what you can truly do as an artist, right? If you're really good at something, you know, when it comes to, you know, certain, you know, flows, or certain, you know, type of lyrics, right? You want all those things to be present and for you to have more time to spend time with your fans, right? Because I mean, if, like, let's just say you were able to open up for your favorite artist, would you really do that song? Like, if that's the only thing you'd have? Like, I doubt that that'd be it, because it's less than a freaking minute. Like, people won't even, I barely felt like the song got started, because you got in there, you said a little bit here and there. It felt like you were filling around trying to see what you should potentially do. And so maybe a little bit of a freestyle, just trying to do this and that. And then you just stopped, right? Then came back a little bit later with a few more ad-libs here and there, but then you ended it. I definitely would do a lot more. You know, I'll try to remind you guys as much as possible. You know, if we're still in this era of you guys getting in and freestyling, doing things off top, try not to. Really test yourself to sit down, write every line. And here's the thing, right? The reason why you want to do that is because you can think, like, there's no excuse. You can think about every single line in a song, every flow, every rhyme pattern that you can basically do. You can think about what the beat is doing and really, you know, write a list of pretty much everything that you would really want to say on, you know, a record or whatnot, right? Know that your words are important. Do not put yourself in a mumble rap category, because certain things may not be as, you know, cohesive as they can be. But do test yourself, push yourself to be the best artist in your genre, at least top 50, top 100, right? Because there's so many artists in the world or whatnot. But if they're going to your genre, you want to be the example of how people should do things when they're trying to, you know, remotely, you know, get into there. So more time. I also would probably work a little bit more on, you know, the beat. As a producer myself, I, you know, tend to hear some of these beats every now and then where it'll feel like it's more just kind of random sounds at times, like put together, and somehow you guys pull something potentially melodically out of things, you know, here and there, and it'll feel like it's clashing, you know, with what's, you know, going on or whatnot, right? It's a whole different genre, right? You guys are in a very unique sort of case where, you know, it may be a niche to a very specific audience. There may be some people who will freaking like and also make them, but to the outside sort of audience, like, there's still a lot more that needs to be done if we were going to compare you to some of the great, you know, artists of the past in every other genre. As I said, anything that you guys release should not feel weird if we were to play it right next to or after a Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, Kendrick Lamar, DMX, Red Hot Chili Peppers, freaking SZA, Chris Brown, like whatever. Let's just, you put it on the playlist. It feels like it's weird within that context, and just like, how did that get in there? What was that? You like, we shouldn't be asking ourselves that question. Like, what was that? You know, as again, it was mainly the fact that you got in, you kind of left. You didn't really, it didn't feel like you really finished the song. And it was all short. I did know that you were gonna go in and try to, you know, pull something together really quick and then come back to the show. I would have just given yourself a little bit more time. Never rush, right? Last thing that I'll say, here's the motivation right here. And if you, hopefully you've been here when I said this or whatnot, but always go into every song as if you're being paid to do so, right? Sometimes we go, I have all the time in the world, let me just do whatever. You know, you either punch in left and right, or you freestyle a song. You do things that you know for a fact. If you were paid $100 million or something, just again, if you were paid something very decent to actually go to the studio and actually record your song and still have money left over for something, you know, really nice, you know, ain't no way you're going into a record, you know, like half-assed or even more. Let's say if you were paid more, the more the record that you actually have, you know, would you actually still keep it? That 57, you know, seconds essentially, right? If you, every minute is, let's say, I don't know, $100. I don't know what that motivation, you know, for you guys that you need or whatnot. But if it was only, you know, I think people would go in and they make 10-minute songs, you know, at that point, you know what I'm saying, if they were paid to do it. But that's how worth it I want you guys to look at what you guys have the power to do if you really pull out the best in yourself. And there is an artist out there, I can guarantee there is an artist out there that is so good, you know, they could change the industry like that, to where, like, you know what, I'm gonna charge. And, you know, and even just when it comes to the system that goes into those that, you know, make beats, those that record artists, those that, you know, just play instruments but could come to the studio and do stuff, I feel like there has to be what is the word, man? In something structure, an intro structure. There has to be an intro structure. We're just gonna say that for now. For music, where everyone can get paid to actually pull the record together and make it the best. And again, the less dope it is, right? If the artist seems like they're whack or didn't necessarily come up with the best bars and that didn't have the best energy, if it seemed like they just threw the record together, you know, that'll be factored into the actual, you know, check and stuff. So I want you guys to start, you know, using that as the motivation and do things. Let me see what we got. We're gonna head back into the free line right about now. And I'm also kind of glad you did send that as a skip, because we probably would have hit the Dorky Don't Play That early on. For those who do not know, in the free line, the Dorky Don't Play That.
When these rappers try to make a clever song, no matter what they do, we'll never get along. Because the COVID now will never share a bomb. I've been trying to fix the rap game for the longest. I ain't gonna lie, man, your rap's really garbage. Speak what's on my mind, cause I'm actually honest. You feel this in your eye, in your back, in your arm check.
Oh, hey.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Yeah, saying if we're in a free line and a record is a little bit too crazy, sometimes it's the mix, sometimes it's the performance, sometimes we just need to do a little bit, you know what I'm saying, more, or, you know, even just simply sending, you know, a better song. But we'll hit that one, cut the record a little bit earlier, and, you know, still give you your overall review and let you know like what it is that's doing it or whatnot. Again, we had a record a little bit earlier. Mix was way too crazy. We did have to cut that, you know, rather quick because, you know, it would have messed with the stream. Another one I had cut down, but, you know, I think there's always better. All right, Hunter D. George, we got you up. We got you. Let me stop. Jump in there. What do you say? All right, thanks though. Yeah, hey, I appreciate you. Listen to me right now, okay? Listen to me right now. Whatever review shows that you go to, taking any and all feedback. I appreciate you for being willing to let us hear what you have. And, you know, if it's a little bit too crazy, you know, really being able to be honest and tell you when you can do a little bit, you know, better or whatnot, right? There will be some who may go in even harsher and just kind of, you know, resort to talking, you know, ish, or telling you to stop making music completely. I am not like that. I want people to be motivated to come back with something better, because that is the only way that we actually do get better or whatnot, right? There are certain artists even in the industry that haven't learned that yet, and they still stick to their standard way of freaking doing it. But there's an approach that any of us can take with any beat that we may be hopping on, and sometimes even changing the production is a little bit of the key, right? When we become an artist, especially like in that first year, right, it's always about finding out what style that we even want to do, what we want to be as an artist, who we want to be, what we want our name to be, the sort of legacy that we want to leave or whatnot. And at first, like, it's probably not the artist that you're gonna end up on, like, you know, after maybe 5, 6, 7 years of being an artist or whatnot. You start to refine yourself and have a different criteria of what you want to be known for. So the bars get better, the beat selections, you know, get better. You stop rapping to just anything, and you very specific, like, you want to be known for the best beats and artistry on it or whatnot. I want you guys to just be motivated to, you know, kind of do that, you know what I'm saying, over time. Let me see. He said I was just trying to make something quick, because I got school tomorrow inside that, man. Listen, you know, good luck in school as well. You know what I'm saying? I challenge you. Matter of fact, I challenge you, take a week in school, right? Take a week in school, and, like, I challenge you to pick a topic a day, right? One thing or lesson that you learn, you know, from either each class or just in school, you know what I'm saying? Go from there, like, just to see where how far your brain, you know, can go or whatnot when it comes to topics or whatnot. Pick something, because you can choose whatever it is. You can talk about that day, just what happened each day. You can pick a specific, you know, topic from these subjects that you had to do, you know, assignments for, something like that. Try to make a song out of it, which, by the way, like, I've gotten good grades in certain classes in high school for doing things like that. Like, just saying, hey, if I make a song about the class and you as a teacher and just like what we're working on, you know, can I get a passing grade? You know, making a song that was actually decent, you know, impress them enough to give me that passing grade, and just know that I had, you know, a talent to do something
So it's always an option. Always look at everything that you go through out there as, you know, pieces of your story that you can sort of like tell in different ways, and figuring out how to make it fun, you know, is a little bit of the key. All right, Hunter D. George, you sent in Mean Streets. It's that time again for a beat and a mother effing rhyme. All right, let me see. Mean Streets. Because it stopped. Feels like a life music. There's a lot of people eating lots of beans. Yeah, I made the I Love Gold. You said, was it intended for your show or was it an act? Yeah, I'll play it. I'll play it after this. I'm gonna play it after this. There's a lot of times where a beat comes on, so man, you know I have to spit. And I also like want to tell y'all that there's a lot of freaking people who will eat like maybe half the grits or something on the plate, and I don't even want to hate. Or there's a lot of times where you come to the show, you gotta wait, you just gotta be patient when you in the chat, and everybody knows that they shouldn't freaking beat up for the rap. We going back. It don't matter what freaking direction, but a lot of times you gotta freaking show love and affection to the freaking people who know that they'll set this freaking off. And there's a lot of times where people eating lettuce, and I don't even know where the heck to freaking go, but you know what? I respect you. It's a lot of freaking people who would neglect you, but I don't want to set you freaking off. And I also want to tell you that that's what is up in my brain. I don't know why, but man, you know I am insane. I'm just freaking rapping and I'm rhyming and shit. You know what? You ain't freaking have no freaking time for this, bitch. What's up? Aspire, unique is back in the cusp.
There's sometimes when you see everybody knows you're taking a beat. Everybody knows you're not gonna beat. I would never do it in double the blade.
I don't belong on a beat like this. But if you had someone real, what do you guys hear? Someone more melodic? Or someone more melodic, or somebody with a deep voice? Someone more melodic, or somebody with a deep voice? Deep voice. You gotta fix that. Came in a little bit offbeat. I mean, came off a little offbeat. I don't know what's happening. A lot of y'all are freaking like, tell me that it's sloppy. Get off me. All of y'all even acting like I don't know what the.
All the people know that the people that do, but the evil you, but the beat.
See, any artist should be able to switch up styles on these tracks. Yeah. But for me, it's like I love to have fun. You know what? Like, the way I explain myself as an artist, like when I get on any track, I'm a little bit like Deadpool with everything. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you see Deadpool and anything, he is 100% himself, right? He always acknowledges the fourth wall in some way. He is the one Marvel character that will mention, I don't know, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Like he'll literally say that in a comic. Or I've talked about how, you know, if you notice in like something like Marvel vs. Capcom, he'll take the health bar and then hit you with it, and it actually moves, and then the health bar is no longer there because he hit you. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that I always thought were freaking dope or whatnot. And I like to always be that sort of like that fun artist to get on you know, whatever record, regardless of, you know, saying what it is. I will show you an example. Hold on. Let me show you a few of the features that I've done with artists from the community. That way it's a fair middle ground, right? This one I got on the chorus, and he did second verse. I'm on the first, but this gives you a good.
See, homie, this is Planet of the Apes. You can find me chilling on the canopy in space, breaking into the zoo just to stand up in the place. You don't want it with us when the cannon's in your face. We breaking all the rules, breaking all the rules. I say you gotta move, then you gotta move. You know you gotta do what you gotta do. This is Planet of the Apes, this is not a zoo. Yo, aliens and applesauce, you just let the apes out of the cage, and now they all about to come after y'all. Trying to take a page from the book of dead and plaster y'all all over the booth and bring you back to life with magic dolls. I know you can't stand it, what you gonna do when your planet's gone? See, I got a UFO, so you know I'll be standing strong. I ain't even gotta reach for my pistol or grab a bong, smoke it, then I'll throw it like it's a Pokemon Dragon Ball. Wait, let me change it up, rearrange my verse, cause I don't think that it's strange enough. I feel like I'm on angel dust, going round in circles like I'm spinning on a plate of cups. Man, this beat is easy for me to rip like a Play-Doh truck made of puffs. I know you like this song already rated up. Is it 1 to 10, A to F? You gon' hate or what? Man, it's at least an 8 or up. They gon' play it up, run it back, fucking cut the track in and blaze it up. See, homie, this is Planet of the Apes. You can find me chilling on the canopy in space, breaking into the zoo just to stand up in the place. You don't want it with us when the cannon's in your face. We breaking all the rules, breaking all the rules. I say you gotta move, then you gotta move.
Let that beat too.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Let's go.
This is Planet of the Apes, this is not a zoo.
I see shit through G shit, that's my perspective. Look, I'm the realest, I'm Manila sick with my check shit. You ain't gotta like it, but nigga, please respect it. Do the shit I do now, cause as a child I was neglected. Yeah, I've been arrested, mug shot by cameras. Can't knock my size, shawty, can't knock my stamina. Don't be alarmed just cause you in the presence of hammers. 1 block, 2 shots, got them shit in their pampers. Chris nonsense, is it fair to say that these zombies are synonymous with haters? Serve them niggas no waiters. These rappers out cheers like PCs with no data. LA with no raiders, don't come to me for no favors, man. Look, put them off in the pan for cooking while I tour the land from Rosecrans to Brooklyn. Give them the handbook for jugging, cause I jugs. Representing ghetto America because I'm hood.
See, homie, this is Planet of the Apes. You can find me chilling on the canopy in space.
That's right. I'm gonna throw one more in there or whatnot, and then we're gonna move back into the lineup. Then, you know, maybe I'll throw some more in or whatnot. But hold on. Again, and that beat that just like automatically freaking threw me in there and stuff like that, right? I love something that's, you know, a little bit fun, weird, spacey, almost video gamey to a certain extent. You know, it just lets me do my thing and whatnot. This one, headed by and produced by Dirty B. Untouchable, more hip-hop centric. And he, bar for bar,
I'm untouchable, still crushing opponents. The way I got to this level, I better fuck with you gonna see me gripping the mic like a python. Everything that I write's on. Check my last record, see the bite marks. Your life's lost if you met these cats. I got the dorky with me to show you how MCs rap. Before we kill a verse for you, baby, let me rap. In the battle, you wouldn't want me like a deadbeat dad. When dirt murking any track is spitting absurd verses, a worse version. You better watch your back like a third person. My first serving kung fu. I'm the king when I die, better bring the ruler back like a nun school. I'm Sun Tzu, the game's marriage affiliate. Scary familiar with guns and war paraphernalia. Dare me to kill you. I'll put a knife in your cerebral cortex and let the shots ring out twice. They ain't divorced yet. I'm untouchable, untouchable. I'm untouchable, untouchable.
Let's go.
I'm untouchable,
nonsense.
I'm
Yo,
untouchable,
check, hey yo, I'm untouchable like something I try to reach. When I'm in a palm row, I confuse the shit out of leech. Yo, if I was James, I would've ate the shit out the beach. Made a house, set it up so I can live on the beach, watching Cheech Chong. Yo, with each song, I will feast on all these beats raw. Dirty B, he will teach y'all. I'm a beast, also on the keys. I don't eat dog, y'all are weak, half of y'all are thieves, stealing each bar. These rappers like don't even do stuff. Look, all these stories are fabricated like a Goosebumps book. You can't touch me like MC Hammer on a school bus roof. Type of ghost that I even have the fucking Ku Klux shook. I'm picturing it like this a movie. Cause if you even try to touch me, that shit's on you if you ever get the cooties. We on the opposite sides up in the big jacuzzi. That fentanyl got you getting woozy, so don't touch.
I'm untouchable, untouchable. I'm untouchable, untouchable.
That's right.
I'm untouchable, untouchable. I'm untouchable, untouchable.
That's another thing, man. I love to go into, when I'm doing features with y'all, hopping on and trying to get it within that sort of same concept and, trying to flip it on its head in every way or whatnot, right? To sort of confuse the shit out of leech, because leeches love to stick to your body, but if you're untouchable, then they're probably like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And so I love, hopping in and out of, that kind of stuff. So thank you for that, my friend. Let's go ahead and head back into the free line right about now. I think we got a few more minutes or so like that. Again, if I can come back after I do head out, we will return and come back to the show or whatnot. Private Press with your Stank 182. Let's see what this is. Said rock song I made last night. Very Blink 182 sounding. Let me know your thoughts. I went to figure out what's happening now. Who are you? Where are you? I don't know who you are. Why do you not love? Blah, 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 blah. I would like to chill. Stop. It does feel like that kind of Blink 182. Or maybe there's somebody who would people make sure that they would hop up in the pool and they know they getting hot and shit. A lot of times thinking you can see a bug that's all up in your face that you have got to squish. People know that there's a lot of time where you have got a chick and she will love you and every day hugs you got a kiss. Maybe you will go around and people also know if like they hear me on a freaking song, I'm gonna sing the weirdest sounds. But when you tell me to eat a lot of beans, I don't know where I'm going with this freaking song. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yo. That's right. I actually really want to hear like a real artist. Check it. It's too late now. We passed 1 freaking minute of the beat. You don't want to see me up in the streets. I can play you up in the game, but I defeat freaking anybody you use. You know that I can see freaking anything that you do before you even move it. And a lot of times I'm playing these games, man, I proved it. And people also know that you come to my show to send either freaking videos or music. It's cool, but freaking like you just wanna like wonder what even happened to Cuba. Getting, you know what, I have never played the tuba. But people also know that, you know, I can do this on Twitch or I am a YouTuber, but also on TikTok. And people also don't know if I would feel like I was on the wrong part of the beat. A lot of times you just be chilling watching a turtle eat. I don't even know if like people that eat burger meat freaking without the burger meat. Wait, what does that even mean? Freaking, I don't know if I really want to shatter your spleen. I'm always mad at the things that haven't even happened, but week and freaking tell y'all that I'm about to get your freaking hat in the tree and get it stuck, freaking people to like. What did I just do right here? How did I double? What do you do when you do when you do? All right, so honestly, no, I'm glad I played that because you know, I like alternative rock. I like, you know, all genres of rock, you know what I'm saying, manly or whatnot. But, you know, hearing them in instrumental form has not been something that I've really had a lot of opportunity to have and stuff like that, right? Like throughout most of, you know, my life, it was hearing the actual songs, right? You know what I'm saying? Whether it was Goo Goo Dolls, Blink-182, Paramore, Snow Patrol, freaking Daughtry, like whatever it was, you know, Coldplay. And I always, like, just as a rapper, had wanted, you know, to be able to get at the instrumentals, to, you know, be able to sample a little bit better, and, you know, kind of hop on, you know, without losing that certain aspect. Because I'm that type that will still sample something even if it doesn't have, you know, that sort of instrumental part. If the vocals are in there, I'm like, fuck it, I'm still gonna do it, and then still try to figure out a way to rap to it. But you know, I like to hear things in instrumental form, and, you know, especially before an actual song actually gets made to it, right? Like, I feel like whatever, you know, actually comes of that from, like, a real artist would be something dope. So definitely keep up your ability to get in there with a few different, you know, genres and stuff like that. You said I'm dying, man. Listen, man. When you eat some beans, ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 yeah. Let me stop it. What are you doing, sir? I'm thinking. I'm thinking right now. Don't sing. Please.
This the one right here, bro.
Let me begin to you with
shot now. Oh yeah.
Take a shot.
They thought they had me locked down.
Two-way. Grab good.
Feel them hot now. Oh yeah. It'll take a lot to cool me off now. Shit got me thinking this time. I said take a shot now. Oh yeah. Take a shot. Locked down. No man, no chance. But I feel them hot now. Take a shot. Take a shot. Cool me off.
We gotta change the name of the.
I said take a shot, let me give me a cup. You ain't fucking with me, I ain't giving a fuck. It's me and Hennessy, and I keep a little weed with the music. I'm greedy, I ain't giving it up. Let me take another shot to the dome, I'm gone. Got me thinking that I'm in another time zone. They really trying to tell me that I'm getting too old, but I got the arms crossed cause I'm too cold. So let's go, it's undeniable the way I kick this flow. I really wanna see where the shit can go, and just have a good time with my bro. You know I keep it a buck, I'm never shady. I keep the pistol put up because I'm crazy. And yes, I always pull up, that shit don't faze me. So go and take a shot if you want to, Tracy McGrady. Take a shot now, oh yeah. They thought they had me locked down. No man, no chance. But I feel I'm hot now. Oh yeah. It'll take a lot to cool me off now. Shit got me thinking this time. I said take a shot now. Oh yeah. Take a shot. Locked down. No man, no chance. But I feel I'm hot now. Take a shot. Take a shot. Cool me off now. Shit got me thinking this time.
I should take a shot, right? Since I've been chasing this shit, like I got them cop lights following me all the way to my crib. Don't got time to pace, I don't quit, but all the rhymes I waste got me sick. Think about them days I ain't wanna be awake. Everybody on my case when I slip. I try to blame the Mary Jane, thinking if I smoke less weed, I redeem my brain. But the change was very tame. Honestly, I don't even believe she was even changed. I would think I barely stayed, but I'm stuck there every day. I wouldn't wanna share the fame, but now it's got me thinking this time I should take a shot now. Oh yeah, they thought they had me locked down. No man, no chance, but I feel I'm hot now. Oh yeah, it'll take a lot to cool me off now. Shit got me thinking this time I should take a shot now.
Take a shot.
Take a shot. Locked down. No man, no chance, but I feel I'm hot. Take a shot. Take a shot. Cool me off now. Shit got me thinking this time I should take a shot.
Alright, not bad right there. Sounds like something that would be out, so good job. Taking a shot, taking a nut. So big salute to that right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, I could add that to my playlist of, you know, drinking songs or whatnot, right? As that sort of hits, you know, one of those vibes or whatnot. There's an R&B centric one that I have, a sort of more depressing record also from a life music artist, and this one is a more kind of, I think, you know, upbeat, kind of more like not positive, you know what I'm saying, but definitely not a depressing, you know, kind of feel. It's again a more chill kind of you know, about to get this party started, but also nothing too crazy. So I do like that one. Good job to you. Next up we have, oh, the video also was professional as well, so do your thing. Hold on, let me jump into, what happened? Video unavailable.
The video is unavailable.
Unavailable. The video is unavailable, and so let me try it one more time. If not, move on to the next one, and then, oh no, wait. Oh, what the freak? Well, it showed the video, and then it just doesn't want to play it, man. Hey, well, we'll have to postpone that. We'll play this last one, and then we'll head out for a little bit. Bucks work, Iceman, Drake type beat. Wanna be able to tell you shit. I also wanna freaking not ever shock like a jellyfish. I always wanna like tell freaking y'all that I also like wanna tell y'all that back in the days used to think that Nelly sick. Didn't think the beat was gonna switch freaking like that, but I think it's neat. Wanna be able to say freaking you always are that freaking weird dude that'll go and smell the seat of a freaking chick you think you wanna meet, but freaking you can't. You think that freaking you wanna see stuff. I need to. I like this vibe. When I can slide up on the whole shit, I also wanna throw your whole freaking beat somewhere in the ocean, and I know when. I'll be back in an hour or two. A lot of times you gotta make sure that you put flowers in soup and then drink it or something. I don't really even think that's a real advice. I shouldn't have to this beat right now. What up? Your video wouldn't go. It showed your picture for 1 second, and then it goes unavailable. It goes unavailable. I don't know what the hell is happening. Also, we're leaving right now. Don't know what to tell you, bro. You might I had to come back and freaking send it. There's a lot of time where I might have to be an apprentice when I sit there seeking shit to like all of that thinking shit that I thinking had that I didn't know why, but I had a dentist that. I can get to a lot of shit. There's a lot of artists who have got to sit down when I'm freaking down. I ain't even sound like I know what the hell happened right now. Yep. Go record it. There's a lot of time when you know that it's overdone, which is why I freaking always had something, but then I had to freaking give it back because half of it was aborted. There was this thing on the freaking floor and she freaking said like maybe snorted. I said, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
There's a lot of times when I wanna change all about you,
Wait. Just waiting for these credits, I suppose. But yeah, man, make sure you guys follow, subscribe, hit that like button, tag an artist when we go live, you know what I'm saying? And of course, always send your freaking stuff in. We should be back either in a few hours, or if we don't, I did want to try to do a morning stream if I can. So if you are able to see me in the morning, you know, it may be like between, I don't know, 9:30, 10, we'll see what's up, a.m. though. So, bye!
Bro, it's 2 in the morning, fell asleep and I'm yawning, waking up on the lawn, I'm seeing blue and orange. People follow me to school and copy me until I stopped and put my music on. I'm just crawling like a zombie, gnawing on a Nazi, probably in his uniform. Born identity, homie, you've been warned. My brain is so